Oh, good morning, Mr. Majid. Can you hear me?
Definitely, I can hear you.
Okay, good. So, I'm sharing this today, on YouTube already. So those are on YouTube. I've shared the link on the WhatsApp group. Those are on YouTube can hear us right now. So just wait for maybe 5 to 10 minutes for people to join, and then we get started. So one of our speaker is here already, Mr. Blazes. Welcome, sir. So I'm going to kickstart the
Okay.
session by introducing you. I will read your profile. Mr. Majid, and then you take it from there. Is that
All
good?
right, no problem. Yeah, it's good.
Good. Okay, so you're welcome. You're welcome. My name is Abdulatif. I'm so excited to welcome you all to the UTM Success Accelerator. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. If you're on YouTube and you can hear me, say yes, 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 yes. Say yes, yes, yes. We are here. It is the USA 2025. Yes, I love to use the acronym as USA. UTM Success Accelerator. So our speakers are here already. If you are not here, anybody that's not here, you are joking, man. You're playing. You playing. Don't play. Don't play. All right. Okay, I can see people are coming on YouTube already. People are coming on YouTube. That's good. That's good. Go on the WhatsApp group and tell them that we are live, that they should join. Tell them to join. Tell them to join that we are live. We're waiting for them. Share the link on your WhatsApp status. Share the link on your Jam tutorial group. Share the link everywhere. Let people know that something big is happening this morning. It's the UTME Success Accelerator. No students preparing for UTME this year should miss this. Nobody should miss this. If you miss it, man, you are doing yourself a great disservice. It's going to be one of the best program I've seen. Man, our speakers are very prepared for you. I've seen some of their slides. You see what they prepared for you. You'll be very, very shocked, and you'll be missing a lot if you did not join this session, if you not stay to the end. Okay, we have speakers here uh who have gone beyond, who have done a whole lot, who have at one time sit for UTME themselves. Okay, I can see yes, yes, that's good. Who have sat for the UTME themselves, who have we have a lecturer among the speaker, we have a career coach, we have you heard of optimism surgeon before? Don't worry, we see at them. We have a person. I know yesterday we were having an interactive session, and I asked, what's your greatest fear? And the one thing most of the students mention is failure, failure. So you have someone that's going to help you to demystify the fear of failure this morning. Don't worry, we are here together. Okay, if you are here, we are waiting for you. We're waiting for you. Join, 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 join. Go to the WhatsApp group. Tell them we are live. Share the link everywhere. Share the link. Let them know that we are live. This is not a session you can afford to miss. If you miss this session, man, you're playing with your jam result, playing with your UTME. The goal of this session of this program is to equip you with all you need. Yeah, all you need to equip you with the skill, the strategy, the insight, the mindset to crush UTMEs. Yeah, we want you to crush it. You know the way you crush something. We want you to jam, jam the UTME, crush it, pata pata. Not just crush it. We also want you to overcome your exam anxiety. I know some of you are very anxious already. You are afraid. What if I fail? I don't want to write jam twice. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. We want you to overcome that anxiety. What about mistake? Mistake is one of the things that can actually hinder you from achieving the score you want to achieve. So we want you to also avoid those mistakes. We have someone that's going to be talking about that. And then also, you want to score. I ask everybody to introduce themselves in the group, and we have people who are saying want to score 300, 320. So they want to know how to score over 280 plus. Yeah, over 280 plus. Whether it's 250, whether it's 300, whatever you want to score. We have someone that's going to be doing justice to that. And then after UTM, what next? Like after you tell me what next, you just go and sit down, or you just relax. You are done.
Me mom party.
So
Hey
after
Queen,
you
I
tell
think
me
it's good.
what next, so we have someone that's going to be talking about that too. Okay, so just make sure that you sit tight. Our speakers are here with us. We are not meant to waste anybody's time because yeah, we don't want to waste anybody's time. So please get started, get ready. It's going to be a great try this morning. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to be introducing our moderator this morning now, and then he's going to take it from there. Okay, you can see our speakers there. Our speakers are here. Yes, they are here, and I'm so excited that we are doing this. So let me just quickly introduce our moderator so we can get this party started. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? 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 If you're ready, if you're ready, let me tell these people we are live again. Okay, okay. So who is our moderator? Who is our moderator? So this person here is one of my good friends. We finished together in the same school, and is someone that has always been that loves to impact students. It's a seasoned tutor. When you say someone is a seasoned tutor, then as for the word, let me just read his profile for you so you can know. I intentionally want to read out his profile so that you can know that both our speakers, both our speaker and our what was it called? And our moderator, they are amazing people. Okay, so let's start with that. So, Mr. Osni Mojilokwemi is a passionate mathematics educator, public speaker, and creative designer dedicated to making mathematics accessible, engaging, and practical for students. As the founder of Mathematical Brain Academy (MBA), is committed to fostering critical thinking skills that extend beyond the classroom, empowering students to excel academically and in real-world problem solving. Majid holds a BSc in Education in Mathematical Science and Education from Taishala University of Education, Ogun State, Nigeria. His teaching career spans several institutions, including Kingdom of Knowledge Schools, SS Unique High School, and Readers College, where he also served as Executive Secretary, ensuring smooth academic and administrative operations. Beyond teaching, he is deeply involved in mentorship and student development. He has actively guided students through the National Association of Mathematical Sciences of Nigeria, NAMSEN, TASO chapter, and has played a pivotal role in organizing career seminars and academic workshops for students preparing for higher education. Mojit's creative expertise extends to graphic design and web development, which he leverages to enhance educational content and program branding. As a certified Microsoft Innovative Educator, he integrates technology into education, creating impactful and dynamic learning experiences. His unwavering dedication to education, innovation, and student empowerment continues to shape the next generation of mathematical thinkers and problem solvers. Please give it up for our moderator, Mr. Otunoyi Mojid. We call him the optimist. Okay, so yeah, let me just stop there. You know what it means for someone to be the optimist. Okay, so are you ready? Are you ready? So, Mr. Mojid, you can take it off, sir. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this with us. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, good morning, everybody. Yeah, I really appreciate Mr. Abdul Latif, which happens to be my boss. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, let me also use this opportunity to welcome everybody to this which has been said to be the USA. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate everybody, starting from the guest speaker up to the other people that we have in the we have on board. All right, let's we know in everything that we do, definitely there should always be prayer. There should always be prayer. So I think we should pray so that may God help us as we start this. The Almighty God also enhance all our speaker. May they say what is in our hearts for those who are in their UTME. And may God also guide everyone, starting from the guest speaker to the host and to the co-host. I pray may God start with us. All right. I want to also use this opportunity again because starting from the first person, which is Miss, or let me say Miss or Coach Oreva. I hope I'm correct with that name. Coach Oreva Brown. Then the next person, Miss Peace Emmanuel. Then the next person, Mr. Abdullah Kim Sulaiman. Then to the convener, which is Mr. Abdul Latif Adideji. Then to the lecturer, which is our lecturer, Mr. Abdulaziz Isa. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Ma, for having you on board. We really appreciate your time and energy that you'll be giving us. I pray may God help us all in today's program. Amen. All right, moving on to the next thing we have. The first thing we need to do, we need to quickly talk about what this UTME Success Accelerator is. Let's quickly have a bench remark, like a remark on what this Success Accelerator is going to deal with. And let me just quickly talk about this. Now, talking about UTME, I've been taking UTME classes so far. Then I know students are always scared of will I score. So, and I hope that this program will actually help. And I hope the speaker help us make mention of that so that students also can it also enhance students in order not to be scared and not to be too happy. And I hope the speaker will also talk about that. Okay, let me call on Mr. Abdul Latif Adideji, the convener. He should quickly introduce what this program entails so everybody will be on the same page. It won't be as if some people will be somewhere and some people will be in a different place. So let's know why we are having this program, and it should just introduce what the USA means and everything that entails in this program. So Mr. Abdul Latif, can we have you now?
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Majid. As I've said earlier, the UTM Systems Accelerator is a program that is aimed at equipping students, especially those that are preparing for UTME, with all they need: the knowledge, the skills, the mindset, very, very important, the insights, uh, not just from anywhere, from experts, from people who have written JAM, people who are committed and who are consistently empowering students to achieve academic excellence. So that's why we're having this UTME accelerator. So we have four aims to achieve. Sorry, five, yeah, four aims to achieve. So number one is that we want you to crush UTME. Okay, we want to empower you with the knowledge and skills you need to crush UTME. I mean, to jam. You know, I will say it now. And then we also want you to overcome any exam anxiety you have. We want you to have the right mindset and overcome any exam anxiety you have. We also want you to avoid some mistakes. There's some mistakes that can. Yesterday, I was having this interactive session with the students, and then someone was asking, they are afraid of internet network, power going off and things like that. And I was like, actually, there are in this writing of UTM, there are things you can control, there are things you can't control. Power going off, you can't control that. The only thing you can do against that is pray. Okay, but when it comes to preparing, that is in your control. So most of the time, one of the things that hinders students from scoring as much as they can score in JAM is because they make some mistakes. And so we have someone that's going to be talking about that. Okay, not just that. Also, how are you going to secure admission? To secure admission, you need to get as high score as possible. Okay, so this score does not have to be too high. You don't have to score 350. You don't have to score 400 over 400. You just need to score high enough that is going to get you your admission. Okay, and then also after UTME, what's going to be next? And that's why we have the topic. I know some of you, a lot of you have choose your jump already. You have register for JAM, you have picked your course, but is it the best course for you? So that's someone that's going to be talking about smart career choices, smart choices, what you should look out for when you're choosing a course or what you want to study in school. So that's it. So this UTME Accelerator with acronym USA is the only program you need. Yeah, combined with all your tutorials, all your reading, that is going to get you what you want in job. So let me just quickly add this. So one of the major reasons, or let me say the major reason we're actually hosting this program is because I realized in my own journey that most of the time it is not tutorial is never enough and reading books is never enough. In 2020 I start for my second jam. I did not go for any tutorial. I was teaching in a particular school. I was like juggling a lot of things together, and then I was able to score 290. Not because I did not read, even though I did not go to tutorial, but because I know some things. Because at least I have a lot of experience already. I have the right mindset. I'm not afraid unnecessarily. There are some mistakes that I already know that I cannot afford. I easily avoid because at least I've written jam before. So I realized that most of us, the big mistake we make is that when we are preparing for jam is that we only focus on go for tutorial, read. There are some simple things as I mentioned yesterday that you'll be very shocked that in life most of the things that actually make the big things happen. There are small things that average person will have considered to be unnecessary because anything that is easy to do is also easy not to do. All right. So I hope that you are not going to neglect those easy things that you're going to be told to do. Those simple things that you're going to be told to do today. You're not going to neglect them and not do them because it's easy not to do. All right. So thank you so much, Mr. Mojid, and thank you so much to all our speakers. I can see all of them are here. Mr. Coach Overbrand is here. Mr. Abdulaziz Isa is there. Miss Peace Emmanuel is here. Mr. Abdulhakim Sulaiman is there. Everybody is there. Thank you so much, and we hope to have the best time together. Thank you.
All right, thank you very welcome, Mr. AK Boy, who is also among the speaker. I think it's just joining, and every other speaker. Okay, I know this where people are waiting for they need to hear from the speaker. But let me just quickly quote from what Mr. Abdulatif Adediji have said. He said, it is not all about tutorial. Fine, yeah, that's true. Because me, myself, I teach in a tutorial. Let's assume that we have a tutorial because I'm sure that UTME tutorial starts 6 months, and which I tend to believe that something you were taught for a good 3 years in school, and you want to just come to a tutorial to learn it in 6 months. And you even see some students, they will not come, they will just resume probably a month to the exams and every other thing. So sometimes some people just ask me that if I get 110, if I get 100, will I still gain admission? The thing that comes to my mind, I would just laugh. That shows that you just came here to spend your time. And it's sometimes I will be like, what's this? And I hope those guest lecturer will talk about it. Yeah, please. Okay, let's quickly move on to the next thing. So we won't waste much of our time because I know people in the house are also waiting. So the next thing that we should do now, I think I need to introduce our guest speaker one after the other, and we need to hear from them because this is one of the important things, or this is one of the things that people in the house are waiting for. Okay, let's start with the first section, which is the career smart, and choosing the right course for a successful future. Choosing the right course for a successful future. And the person that's going to be helping us to do that is no other person than Coach Oliver Brown. Before I give her the mic, let me just quickly read her profile. Just know what she do. All right. Oliver Brown is a motivated educator, career counselor, and a teen coach. As a Teen for Nigeria fellow, she currently teaches in an unserved community in Ogun State, working to bridge the education inequality gaps in Nigeria. Additionally, she serves as a teen coach at EQ2 ohms. I hope I got that right. Promoting emotional intelligence among teenagers. However, is passionate about empowering youth people to pursue career paths that drives national development. Our interest in artificial intelligence stems from its potential to shape the future of work. Our ultimate goal is to raise a generation of African problem solvers and nation builders through advocating for quality education, career coaching, and teacher trainings. I hope I called that right. I hope I'll call Miss on Oreva Brown now. She's a career coach, and she's going to be talking about career smart choice, choosing the right course for a success future. Miss Oreva Brown, you have the mic now.
Good morning, everybody. Please, can you confirm that you can hear me?
Yeah, definitely we can.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'd appreciate if the slides can be up because I can't share from my end. All right. So we don't have much time. So I'll be diving into the discourse for this morning. I'm super excited to be here. Talking about career choices is one of the things I enjoy doing. So today we'll be talking about how to make smart career choices. So quickly before the slides come up, I just need one of the participants to tell us what um what did you feel in. I know that we filled a lot of us. I don't know about the jam registrations, but I think it has started, but I'm not sure it has ended. So I'm sure that a lot of us are filled in our courses of study. Thank you very much for the slides. Our course of study and the likes of them. So I want somebody to tell us what course they are going for and why. So simply just your name, the course you are going for, and why you chose that particular course. Please can we move to the next slide while we're doing that? Any of the participants, please, not from the speakers. Okay, so just tell us why. You can use the chat, you can raise your hand, but just tell me your name, your course of study, and why you chose that particular course. In today's session, we're going to be looking at what exactly is a career. I've noticed that the word career is used really loosely. Um, Sometimes it's used to mean a job. We refer to our jobs like that's my career path, right? What exactly is a career? And then we'll be looking at fundamental truths about career. What that would do for us is it will help reshaping our minds. It will help us see career in a different light. Please, I'm still waiting for any of the participants to tell us what course did you fill in for and why. And if they are using the WhatsApp group, I don't know, probably that's more convenient for them. Maybe you can just help us read it out. So we'll be looking at some fundamental truths about career. Like I said, that will be helping us reshaping our minds. Okay. Okay, Oluwapelumi, please, the course is not indicated. I'd like the course to be indicated. I can only see the why. Thank you for responding. And lastly, we'll be looking at choosing the right career. Okay, I'm guessing, chose computer science. And the reason he chose computer science is because information technology is the future. Thank you for that response. All right, next slide, please. Thank you. So what is a career? A career is simply the summary of your professional journey. That's just it. So if I want to talk about my professional journey, it's going to include my entire work experience, the number of years I've worked, the skill sets that I have, the skills I have, be it communication, graphic designing, software development, UI UX designing, name them. My skill set is going to include my achievements. So as a graphic designer, what have I been able to achieve? what brands have I been able to work for, probably the amount I've earned so far. All of those achievements are included in my career summary, my education, where I've been, where I've schooled, courses I've taken, and the likes of them. And then what recognition have I gotten in the course of my work, right? What contributions have I made to the industry, to the society where I work? What job roles have I taken on? What industries have I participated in? So everything that you do that is work related, that is your career. Everything that you do that is work related is your career. So a lot of all these decisions that we make from the course you are picking to study, you're already designing your career path. From the moment you decided in secondary school that I'm going to be either in the arts or in the sciences or in the social sciences, from that moment, you started designing your career path. So it's not a decision to be taken lightly or with lack of information. It's a life defining decision. So that's why it's something I really like to talk about to young people, especially students in secondary school, because we make this decision most of the time with little or no information. And then at the end of 4 years, we say that school na scam. It's not what you studied in school that will feed you. I went to school, but what I studied in school is not what I'm doing. My certificate is on the shelf. We say all of those things because the information with which we made that decision was wrong. So if I knew from the start that, like I said at the last part, tiny blocks in the building and tiny stops along the way. So a lot of these decisions you make are just tiny blocks in the building of your career, and then they are just stops along the way. So if you decide that you want to become an engineer today, and then tomorrow you find out that what you really want to do is to bake, it's not school it's not school's fault that you studied engineering and you're not working as an engineer today and then you are baking. It's your fault, because if only you had made that decision based on adequate information, you would have spent those 4 or 5 years investing in something related to baking. And now, by the time you are discovering that you should be baking, you should become a pro. You should have built authority in the baking field. So it's not something to be proud of when we say that what I'm doing right now is not what I studied in school. It only shows, I'm not saying it to insult people, there is that possibility. But when we say it to brag and mock the essence of a tertiary education, it only shows that we made those decisions from a lack of information. Next slide, please. I'm a perfect example, right? From secondary school, I wanted to be a teacher. Please, next slide. I wanted to be a teacher, but because my friends we always used to laugh at our teachers, and our teachers used to be like, how much are they earning? I just felt like, no, I cannot become a teacher. So I went and studied business because business people have money. But here I am, finding out in reality that I cannot do business because I was not built for it. So I cannot say school is a scam because I'm not doing business or I'm not working in an establishment while I have a certificate that allows me to work in an establishment. That happened because, I didn't have enough information to make a career decision. Now, some fundamental truths about career. Number one, it is not static, it is evolving. So the fact that you started out as a receptionist does not mean that for the next 30 to 40 years you're going to be a receptionist. The fact that you started out as name it, what, as a teacher does not mean you're going to be a teacher in the next 10 to 20 years. Just think of anything. The fact that you started out probably as a doctor does not mean that you'll be in the hospital for the next 30 to 40 years, right? It's evolving. Just as the hairstyles you used to wear as a child, some of us cannot wear those hairstyles again. Some of us cannot wear certain dresses again. Some of us, if we think very well, remember when we were younger, we used to like pink dresses that are flowing. Then we like some kind of very big goggles to match. You get, when we're much younger, when you look at those pictures you took during the festive season, you'll be like, I can't imagine that I wore this. It's because your style, your fashion sense has improved over the years. Same thing as your career, right? You don't find it in a day. You create it as you go. So your career is not something that somebody is going to hand over to you. It's not dependent on your employers. It's not dependent on the jobs that you are offered. You create it as you go. So I can decide that I'm going to start off probably as a gym instructor. But where I'm looking to go is I want to become a renowned coach when it comes to health and fitness. But my starting point is as a gym instructor. Working as a gym instructor is definitely going to open me up to opportunities that I do not even know exists in that industry and in that field. So as I become exposed, I begin to carve out my part. I begin to decide that okay, what one person I like to use is Apricot Doctor. Before Apricot Doctor came on board, the only idea, the only imagination you have of a doctor is somebody who is in the hospital, either um, doing consulting, diagnosis, or carrying out a surgery. True or false? Please reply me in the comments in the chats. Wasn't that your thought of a doctor? Did you ever think that a doctor could do anything other than work in a hospital? But with the advent of social media, Apricot Doctor showed us that you can be a doctor in front of the camera. You can be a doctor on the streets. You can be a doctor influencing a change in lifestyle. So we don't find it in a day. We create it as we go, as technology evolves, as life changes, and as we change, right? We create that. Now, your job isn't your career; it's only a part of it. So if you take up a job as a welder today, it doesn't mean that you are going to be a welder all your life. It only means that at this point in time, you're a welder. What are you doing as a welder? That's the question. Are you picking up skills? Are you picking up experience? Or are you saving up for something that you really want to do? So some of us take up jobs and we just feel like I'm just managing it for the what is your aim of managing it for the meantime? I started off as a teacher. When I started as a teacher in 2014, I wasn't sure that I just wanted a job that I would close on time and I would not have to work on Saturday. Because then once you finish secondary school, it's either you be a teacher or a sales girl. Sales girl has to work till 6 p.m. and you have to work on Saturdays. I didn't want any of that. So I chose teaching. But while I was teaching, I right from time I was always very ambitious. So while I was teaching, I felt like okay, this is my life. I can't be wasting it because I'm just here trying to put one or two together. I decided to pick up skills while teaching, right? Now, those skills I picked up while teaching is what has helped my journey as a teacher, now transitioning to a career coach. So, your job is only a part of your career journey. So, whatever job you're doing now, ask yourself, why am I doing this? Am I picking up skills? Am I picking up experiences? Am I saving for what I the next step of my life, or am I looking to build relationships? So ask yourself why you're there. It's lifelong. You build it and keep building till you leave. So it's not something you do for 6 months. A career is not something you do for 6 months. That 6 months thing you're doing, it's adding to your overall career journey. There's no perfect career. You build the kind of professional life you want. So there's no standard for what a career should be like, right? It doesn't mean that you have to be a doctor to have a successful career. You can be a cleaner and still have a successful career. Why? Because you know what you want to achieve and you can achieve it while cleaning. Adejoke Lasisi does recycling. We call it recycling today, but majorly what she does is weaving. She weaves waste. In its simple term, she weaves waste. If somebody explains to me what Adejoke Lasisi does, I'll say she weaves waste. But usually that's not something you want to do. None of us will decide we agree at this time of our lives with the moving technology that we want to go and sit down somewhere and be working on a loom. It's not attractive. It doesn't seem like the money well. But she has brought it to our notice and she has made us see the light that, oh, this weaving skill that none of us is even thinking to pursue as a career path can actually give you money and international recognitions. So there's no perfect career path. You build the professional life you want. You determine what you do and make of your professional space. A career can be both profitable and fulfilling. So because you are doing something that fulfills you does not mean you have to be broke. And because you are doing something that brings money does not mean that it doesn't have to be fulfilling. A career can be both fulfilling and profitable. And it's beyond the paycheck. You are building a legacy. When you mention Grant Cardone amongst real estate people, the first thing that comes to their minds is not how much Grant Cardone makes, but how much of an influence he has, how much of a household name he has become in the real estate space. When you mention Stephen Akintayo, we don't even know how much exactly they have in their bank accounts. But one thing we know is if you want to mention the big boys when it comes to real estate, especially in Nigeria, Stephen Akintayo is one of them. If you want to mention the big boys when it comes to banking, you cannot mention two names and not mention Tony Elumelu. When you want to mention the big names when it comes to manufacturing, you cannot help but mention Aliko Dangote. Probably Aliko Dangote is the only manufacturer a lot of persons know, right? So it's beyond the paycheck. You're building a legacy, something that a professional legacy that lives beyond you. So when you go to certain if, some of us that have been through the university, when you mention certain fields, there are some names that cannot be removed. You cannot talk about HR without mentioning Abraham Maslow. You cannot. So if we come to education, there are some people you cannot take away. If you come to life sciences, there are some people you cannot. So it's a legacy that you are building. Next slide, please. So when you're thinking of career and all the rest, when you're thinking of jobs, that's one thing you should think about. Now, to the very core of our discussion for today, please, I'd like to know how many more minutes I have. You can just drop it in the chat. Thank you. Your genius zone. This is something that when we talk about work, when we talk about money, we always exempt the importance of your genius zone. Now, I want you to take a pen and then write down, right? I'm sure that we can all see the image. What you love and your strengths, they are your passion. What you love and can do, right? So you love this and you can do it. That's your passion. So we'll dissect this image very well in the next slide, but I want us to look at the word, your genius zone. I was speaking with a friend, and then we were talking about things that he likes to do, right? And then we talked about teaching, and he said teaching is not he's really good when it comes to teaching sciences, math, biology, physics, chemistry. He can make you go from dull to smart when it comes to those subjects. But then he's trying to build a career around something that is not teaching because he feels like teaching comes to him naturally. So it doesn't seem like something to build a career around. It's not something special, right? But thank you, that's where we make the mistake. Your genius zone is something that comes to you effortlessly. And why that is the beauty is that you can come up with ideas that minds have not been able to tap into. So I said that Adejuke Lasisi weaves waste. She's not the first person to weave in the world, right? But her ideas seem to be unique. Her ideas seem like it came out of the blue. Why? That's where someone comes in the sync between matching your abilities and providing a solution. Please, the next slide, so that we can wrap this up. So I want you to keep that in your mind, your genius zone. What's that thing that you can do with so much ease? And then when it's mentioned, see, your brain just start working out solutions like. So the first thing in finding okay, let me just quickly read out the circle. Your passion, which is what you love and what you are good at, is find joy in activities aligning with your true self. So what are the things that you are happy doing? Your mission is what you love and what the world needs. So make a positive impact by addressing community or global needs. This is one thing we don't think about when. So I said that my goal is to help people pursue careers that contribute to global development. A lot of us, when we think of careers, we just think of something that will be giving us money. We don't think of impact. We don't think of things on a global scale. So we need to start changing that. Your profession is something you can do and you are paid for. So identify ways that you can make what you like financially rewarding. Your vocation is something that the world needs and then it can pay you for it. So develop and use your unique skills to contribute meaningfully. How can we do all of this? How can we find our genius zone? Number one, know yourself. What are your interests? What are your strengths? What are your natural abilities? Identify them. Now, when you've done this, find a problem that you'd like to solve. Okay, the things around you, what are the things that when they raise those discussions, see, you complain with so much passion, like this thing has to change, this thing cannot be. You see that thing, there's nobody that's going to change it aside from you. So what you want to do now is find a course that solves that problem. So Oluwapelumi said that he wants to study computer science because information technology is the future. Fine. What are you going to do in information technology? What are you going to change? What upgrade are you bringing? What improvement are you going there to cause? Because everybody that is going to computer science feels like computer science is the new oil well. That's where you from there you get all the tech and tech stuffs. So all of us that are going to do tech, if we are just going to do the tech that we see and are already doing, we are going into an already saturated market. What distinct feature are you bringing in? So the guys that caused the AI disruption, that's what they came with. They came with accelerated computing, right? So some came with natural language models, some came with image models, some came with video models, some came with coding models, some came with web design models, some came with everybody was just coming with different things. So if you are coming into the space, the tech space, if you are coming into health, if you are coming into business, what are you bringing? What new thing are you bringing? If you're not bringing anything new, you're going to sit behind like the rest of the people who are looking for jobs. So find a problem and find a course that aligns with solving that problem. Choose job roles that allow you to express your abilities, contribute your skills and knowledge to making a difference. I remember when I was offered the bank job, I cannot go and work in a bank. It's not because I don't need the money. I need the money. But while I'm working in the bank, how does it add to what I want to do? I would not have the time to engage with students. I would not have the time to understand how the educational system works, how it affects career choices, and how I can be able to um, make an impact. I will not understand how the subjects that we do in school affect how we make career choices, the environments we grow up in, and all of that that I'm able to do while I'm in the classroom, while I'm in the educational space. So you want to choose job roles that allows you to not only express, not just work and earn money, but it helps you express your abilities. Your job should be an extension of you. So you should go there and express yourself. It's not like you're following they say type this, type that, do this, do that. No, you find expression. When they say suggestions and ideas, you're able to think, you're able to express, you're able to come up with solutions. Why? Because you're working in your genius zone. Last slide, please. So this is what I always say, and it is my guiding principle. Beyond success, be legendary. Choose to live a life that even in death, your name lives longer than even your body ever did on the face of the earth. So whatever it is that you're planning, as you're planning to go to school, it's not time to jump and we're not just following a routine, right? We're here for a reason. And that reason is to solve problems. So you want to do something that leaves your name, even if the whole world doesn't remember you, but that field where you are, you should be able to leave your name in the fields where you are. The field of tech will never forget Sam Altman. It will never forget the founders of Nvidia, Jensen Huang. It will never forget Mark Zuckerberg. It will never forget Bill Gates. It is because of what they did in their fields that everybody in the world knows them. So beyond success, beyond collecting a paycheck, beyond amassing wealth, beyond traveling the world, do something that outlives you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, Miss Oreva Brown. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. It's a very interactive section. Then, yeah, I want everybody, both on our YouTube and those people on this Zoom. I just want you to keep commenting. Beyond success, beyond success, be legendary. I just want you to keep typing it, post it on your status, because actually that word really means a lot to me. Thank you so much, Miss Brown. And I know that a lot of people have a lot of questions to ask, sincerely. Because talking about this, I know for every career, the only thing that distinguishes you from every other person is when you become a game changer. And what distinguishes you also is when you do something different from every other people. So I think I got that from your points, Ma. And me, myself, I have nothing less than about, if not 10 questions here. I hope you'll be able to answer that all. Thank you very much, Ma. We really appreciate. All right, I hope people are doing that, please. Beyond success, be legendary. Please help us confirm. Yeah, I've seen from Mr. Aziz. Issa, thank you very much, sir. Then Adewale, thank you so much. Then Amino, thank you very much. And I hope other people too are doing that also from the other end. Thank you very much, ma'am, Miss Brown. I really appreciate that section. We have another speaker, so we can also hear them. We can get questions from us. I hope the question will not be overwhelming, Miss Brown. Miss Brown?
Okay.
Right, I think she's not there.
Are we going to be taking the questions here?
I said, hope you will not be, the question will not be overwhelming.
No.
Question and answer before we move to the next speaker.
No, I'll be expecting
All right. Thank you. All right, no problem. Very much, ma'am. All right, let's quickly move on to the next section, and which we are going to be having. We need to hear from another speaker. Let's see from another perspective. Let's hear from another angle. Let's come and talk about the overcoming exam anxiety. You know, when people tend to hear that my exam is tomorrow, most especially UTME students, when your exam is tomorrow, the tension, the anxiety there that, my exam is tomorrow, most especially if you have people that they've done the exam today and your own exam is tomorrow, you just keep asking them, what do you see in your question? Like, keep asking different people, you know, the anxiety. Let's one of our lecturer or one of our speaker, let it talk about it. So I'd like to call on Mrs. Pace Emmanuel. She should talk about overcoming exam anxiety, building confidence, and a winning mindset. So I want to call upon Miss Brown. So sorry that I don't have your profile here. So I hope I will be forgiven for that. So Miss Pace Brown, can we have you on board, ma? Okay.
Good morning, everybody.
Why are waiting, Miss Pace Brown? All right, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Miss Peace. Okay, good morning, please. I'm so sorry. Can you
I
see my
don't know
message?
why.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me? So sorry, I
I
still
can.
forgot to send the
I can.
profile to the moderator. I'll just quickly read out the profile now. Just please give us a sec.
Okay.
So, Miss Peace Emmanuel, also known as the Optimism Surgeon, is a young, purpose-driven lady, a motivational writer, telestage speaker, and voice actor, and the author of 5 books. She's passionate about helping people to become the best version of themselves. Okay, she's the lead trainer at College of Optimism, an online school that is aimed at detoxifying the minds of young adults from pessimism and restructuring it towards purpose and global relevance. She's also a lover of God, sexual purity, and personal development. Okay, she's the author of the Freshers Handbook. Okay, so that's a book you don't that she wrote where she shared 21 things that every freshers must know before they even get into school at all. All right, so you can go ahead, Ma. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everybody. I believe you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, our moderator was always saying Miss Brown. Like that will be my second name for today. I want to sincerely apologize firstly because I just woke up this morning. I noticed that I've lost my voice. But all the same, I just said I have to be here. I don't want to shift it. Thank you very much for having me here. Okay, I want to talk on something that I've always believed in, and it's something I still believe in, and I believe so much that it has the power to change students. And that's optimism. Like when our moderator was saying, you just hear that an exam is coming up next week, and then all of a sudden, everything about you changes. You start fidgeting, and sometimes you might even it's not that you don't know that exam is coming up next week. In fact, you know you have been preparing, and then you get to the exam hall, all of a sudden your body is shaking, your heart is racing, your body is panting. And in fact, there are students that even go blank in the exam hall once they just see the question paper, they go blank. And I think that I had a teacher who once said that once you are in that situation and then you are feeling, in fact, some persons will just be in the exam one, they're like, I want to use the restroom. I had a teacher that once said, once you just step out of that exam hall and you are saying that you are using the restroom, just be assured that you are getting an F in that particular subject. Whether you are prepared or you've not even prepared, once you allow that anxiety to take hold of you, as soon as you get out of that exam or you want to go and ease yourself, just know that that's an automatic F. That's to say that anxiety is real. Yes, it's something that is real. And I believe that maybe one or two of us at one point in our life we've experienced anxiety. But today I want us to look at a different perspective, how optimism can help us handle exam anxiety. I believe that we can see here me, please.
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you. Now, what is anxiety? And anxiety is that intense feeling of fear or worry. Yes, every one of us, like I said earlier, we've all been in that situation. Exam is you are in exam hall, and all of a sudden you lose composure. All of a sudden things start happening. You can't even explain, or you see an exam timetable, and then everything changes in your life. You can't focus anymore. You lose concentration, and there are many causes of exam anxiety. One of them is pressure to perform. Now we are UTME students or we want to write our UTME, and then you are like everybody is gaining admission. I'm just the one is as though I'm the one left, and then you are under pressure to perform. You're under pressure to go and score that UTME. You're under pressure to go and get that admission. And when you are so pressured, there is no way you can be in your right sense to come out with even a good grade because once you are pressured to perform, and then everybody's expecting you, and before you know, you lose concentration. Instead of focusing, you are trying to look for ways to please and make sure you get this.
Okay, so it seems our speaker is having some network issue. She's going to join back in a moment, and just stay tuned. And oh yes,
All right, while awaiting our speaker, yeah, please, can we say that word again? Beyond success, be legendary. Please, can we all repost that on our status for both those on YouTube and those on our Zoom space. Let's type that on our comment. We can all have that again. Please, we would like to have that again. Can we just do that now? Beyond success, be a legendary. Let that be our keyword as we are with our next speaker. All right. While awaiting our next speaker, let's quickly talk about one or two things from what our speaker.
I think she's back now.
Okay, I think she's back. All right.
I'm so sorry, I was knocked out. I'm back. I don't know if you can still hear me.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, we do.
Can somebody hear me? Let me just know in the comments, please.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Or because I don't know if anybody can hear me.
Yeah, definitely we can,
I
ma'am.
can hear you. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
I can hear
definitely
you.
we
I
can.
can hear you clearly.
Thank you. I don't know why I got knocked out. Maybe it's my network. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, I was saying something about pressure to perform has made many students unable to even perform, and then fear of failure. They're just scared. What if I fail this exam and all of that? So I want to tell us how optimism helps us to overcome exam anxiety. Now, what is optimism? Many persons just have a head knowledge of what optimism is, a feeling of, okay, something good is going to happen or something like that. Now, optimism is a Can we see hear me?
Okay,
It's really wonderful at my end. I don't know
we're
what's
gone
going
for
on.
some time. We're just sharing you now. Like, hello, can you hear me? I'm just. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
I don't know what is going on. It's my network or something. So I think I can hear you.
All right, we can hear you too.
So I think she's still having some network issue.
All right, so while awaiting that, let's await Miss Peace Emmanuel. While await then we take other things because we know the issue of Nigeria today. One of the things that is not balanced in Nigeria of today is one of the issue of our networks. So, okay, Mr. Abdulatif, we would like you if you can just tell us one or two things about this program, just trying to recall people so everybody can also be on the same page. can you just tell us one or two things that initiates this program? So everybody will be on the same page because of those people who are just joining both the Zoom and the YouTube. So can you just tell us one or two things so everybody can be on the same page?
Oh, okay, thank you. I think Miss P. Simona is back now. I don't know if she can hear me or if she'll be able to go on now. But I don't know why. I don't think she's joined the audio. Maybe the network from my hand. Hello, Miss Peace. Can you hear me? Okay, so while she's trying
Miss
to
Peace?
get back on the call, okay. So let me just quickly share at least one thing that influenced it. So, uh, as I mentioned earlier, okay, and I know I mentioned this earlier, but then like most of you, I wrote my jam, my first UTM in 2016. Okay, then I don't really know much of what I was doing. I want to study computer science. I went for jam tutorial. I think that was it. And then even though I prepared, then I do everything I think I'm supposed to do. And then I scored 210 actually. Okay, is Miss P is back now?
All right. Miss Peace,
I
can we
really
have you
don't,
now?
I really do not know what is going on with my network. I don't know if it's the network or something else. I don't know.
Okay, so
But I
I
think
can
maybe
hear
I'm
you
going to,
now.
thank you. I think maybe I'm going to be very fast. I don't know why I'm going off and on.
So I don't
Okay,
know. Let me say this. Hello, can you hear me? So I
I'm
don't know
hearing you.
why on the participant this thing here, your mic is not showing at all. So for like other participants or other speakers, you're going to see that they have their mic muted, or either they have their mic muted or they have their mic unmuted. But yours is not showing mic at all. So I think that might be the issue. But then since you can hear me and I can also hear you, so I suppose things are working very fine. But I don't know, maybe that's actually the issue. So you can go on and then let's just see uh, how we can go about it.
Mr. Abdulatif, please can you help us confirm also if people on the YouTube can also hear? So everybody will be on the same page.
Yeah, they can hear. I can see their comments. Okay, Miss Peace, please go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Oh, this network thing is it is well. Okay, I said optimism. I want to just give a brief definition of what optimism is. I said earlier on that we all believe that optimism is having a positive mindset. But the thing is this, optimism is not just having a positive mindset, it's believing that good things will happen and that you have the power to make them happen. That's to say that being optimistic is not just having this feeling or believing or having even a mindset that good things are going to happen. Is knowing that you have the power to make those things happen. Now, that's to say that optimism is not an idle word. You are a student and you are preparing to take UTME, and then you fold your arms, and then you feel that, okay, I'm going to write this exam. I am so optimistic. I've been attending tutorials and all of that, and so I can pass this exam, and you just go like that. You will fail and you will fail premiumly. So optimism is not just folding arms, it's going the extra mile. Optimism is not just sitting down and telling yourself, I know I will pass this exam. I know I'm going to gain admission this year. I know they are going to give me, I applied, I want to be a surgeon. I want to read medicine. So they are going to give it to me. And then your hands are full and you're not doing anything. And you are so optimistic. You believe so much that this thing is going to work and you will be given admission into your desired course or desired institution. And then you're not doing anything. You're not going the extra mile. You are going to fail and they will not. I'm sorry to say, maybe you even applied for medicine. You might even be given crop science. No, I'm not actually downplaying crop science as a course, but the thing is, that course you are maybe expecting, you will not be given because you are just being optimistic and you're not doing anything. So optimism is not folding your arms and then sitting somewhere to feel that okay, something good is just going to happen. Something good will not happen. You have the power to make the good things happen.
So for the good things to happen, you have to do what? Put in the needed effort to make those good things happen. Now there are many strategies for now. The good thing about optimism is this: it's not something that you either have. You know, many people, some people are gifted in speaking. Maybe that's what they are just good in. They can speak in crowd and they're not feeling anyhow. That's what they are gifted in. Some people have various gifts and talents. Optimism is not something like that. That you say, okay, this person is optimistic, and that's why he or she gets everything he wants. This person is not. No, it's not like that. It's not like a gift. Being optimistic is something that can actually be learned by anybody and everybody. So it's not something that is just given to some set of persons and not given to other set of persons. Now, there are so many strategies, different ways for building optimism. One of it is visualizing success. Visualization is a very powerful tool that aids you to dream beyond your dreams. That you can picture, you can see your future. I don't know. For me, I have this kind of highly imaginative mind that if I'm trying to picture something, I'm not just seeing the thing, like I'm not seeing it the way it is, like the way I'm trying to explain. I'm seeing beyond. I'm seeing far into what will happen or what might not happen. That's what visualization is all about. You do visualize your success. That's one of strategies to building what optimism. You have to visualize, okay, I've put in the needed effort into this. Like I said earlier, I said optimism is not just folding your arms to feel that good things should happen. It's believing that you have the power to make those things happen. You have the power. Okay, yeah, I want to study medicine and surgery. I have the power to make it happen by studying. And then after studying, you've put in the needed effort. Then you start visualizing what your success. You start visualizing that I'm actually giving that course. I actually passed that exam. And then one other thing is taking care of yourself. There is no way that you are preparing. You won't be anxious when you've read, you've attended tutorials, you've had people speaking to you and all of that. And then mentally, you are not okay, or physically, or emotionally. So you need to take care of yourself emotionally, physically, mentally, and every other aspect of your life before think of, okay, overcoming anxiety. You need to sleep well. As a student, you are preparing for UTME, and then you say, okay, I'm going to study. Maybe you are to have the exam like next week or tomorrow. And then this night, you are reading all through, you are studying, and you are like, I can't sleep, I can't do, I want to get this medicine. And then you are all night. By the time you see that, by the time you get into the exam hall, you might even forget the things you read that night, because you just stayed all through and you stressed yourself. So how do you overcome anxiety? One of them is taking care of yourself. Sleep well, eat well, stay healthy. And then another thing is positive self-talk. Having a mantra. I don't know. I've been somebody that believes so much in mantra. Having something positive you hold on to. I always had this mantra that I'm not going to fail this exam. There was a time, okay, I failed an exam. And then after that, I was like, okay, I knew I was being optimistic. When you're optimistic, that's what I said. Optimism is not just saying something and then folding your arms. I was saying something. I was saying, I know I will not, I will pass this exam. I know I'm good. I know I'm good. And then I was just, not that I wasn't putting in the needed effort, but I was just, when you are like, you are so overconfident and okay, I know I'm going to pass this exam. I know all that. And then I failed that particular exam. Now, the thing is this, you need creating a positive mantra. Like I said, you need to put in needed work into that. And then you have a mantra. And then after I started putting, I sorted out the things that I did that did not do that made me to fail that exam. Now, I knew the things I had to do. And then I had to put those things in place. But I had a mantra. I just said, no matter any exam I write, I said, I know that I cannot fail this particular exam. I know I cannot fail it. No matter how, if I let the exam be so difficult, let it be so tough, I'll just tell myself, I know I cannot fail the exam. And that's how, and I also tell myself that I know that I will not have a C in this exam. And that is how it's been going. Instead of that, I'll be having a B. Maybe because I'm not, maybe if I've said I will not have a B, maybe it would have been like that. Who knows? But having a positive mantra helps you, because sometimes when you're anxious, it's easier to get caught up with negative talks. Like, your exam is close by, maybe you've not read, or you are being pressured. You are seeing your other colleagues, and they'll just tell you that, okay, the use of English, I've finished this past questions, this, I've finished from maybe 2013 or 2010 to 2024, and you're like, have not even done anything, and then you are pressured. It's easy to get caught up in negative self-talk. At that point, you start asking yourself, are you sure? Are you sure we even pass this exam? Are you sure I'm not going to fail this exam? Do you have something? Are you sure they'll give me medicine? Are you sure I'll not be taken to a different course and all of that? So practicing, having a positive self-talk, a mantra like, I know that I've read, and I cannot fail this exam. That's a mantra. I don't know if any of us here have a mantra at one point in our life. At one point, maybe while we're still in secondary school or something. Have we ever had a mantra or something that you say to yourself repeatedly? We can drop that in the chats. I don't know. Has there been anything that you've said to yourself before, like before you're going to write an exam or something? I don't know if you have had. Thank you very much. I can see someone's message. Thank you. So at one point, or every point in our lives, we need to have a mantra. It helps us. It boosts our confidence. Now, there are so many benefits of being optimistic. It will reduce the stress, and it will help you to manage your time well. It will help you to manage your time well. There is no way you're optimistic. I said earlier on that being optimistic is doing the work, knowing that you have the power. The power is in you. And then when you're optimistic, one of the benefits is this: you can manage your time well, because you know that I know that I want to pass this exam, and I believe I can pass this exam. It will help you. It will structure your life. You are not just scattered. You won't be here, there, and everywhere at the same time. You won't be talking to friends and be like, I want to go here, I want to go here, or this or that. You'll be focused. You learn how to manage your time very well, because you are being optimistic. Because when you're optimistic and you're busy doing the things you want to make you to be successful, naturally, then you will just be focused on what you're doing. Now, I don't know why I'm being very fast. I don't want to be knocked out again, because I want to be very fast, and then so that I can end this section. Now, remember what I said earlier on. It's not about avoiding challenges. Optimism is not about avoiding challenges. It's not about, okay, I don't need to be anxious at all. There's no way I've read that I cannot be anxious. Optimism is not like that. Optimism is not avoiding being anxious. It's facing the anxiety with hope, that you are being anxious and you are seated there and you're telling yourself, I have read, I cannot fail this exam. I know I applied for medicine. I'm going to be giving this medicine. These are the things I'm going to put in place, and then I'll be giving this medicine I applied for. This is the score I want to get in my UTME. I want to get 250. I want to get 300. These are the things I'm going to put into place, and then I know that I'm going to get this. Even when your mind or something, your mind is telling you that, are you sure you are going to even get this 300 in this UTME? But when you know that you have a positive mantra that you already had, it's a positive mantra that you've already written somewhere. You've been saying that, it will get into your subconscious mind that even when that thought is coming, are you sure you even get that 300, that UTME? But you tell yourself, I know that I've read so I've covered this, I know this, and I know that I'm going to meet up with my target, and I'm going to pass this particular exam. So those of us, maybe we don't have a mantra now, maybe just write out a mantra that you want to work with. For those of us preparing for our UTME, write out a mantra that you want to work with. Please don't forget that to overcome exam anxiety, optimism is a verb, is an action word. It's not something that is seated somewhere. You need to put in the needed effort. You need to put in the needed, everything that you need to do is what optimism is all about. Optimism is good things are going to happen, and I have the power to make those things to happen. I know that with everything I've said so far, as we go and practice, put in the needed effort, and then have those mantras, we'll see we'll be flying everywhere, and our results, when we see eventually go to write our UTME, will come out smiling. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Miss Peace Emmanuel. I hope you forgive me for the first time which I call you Miss Peace Brown. Thank you very much. I really love this section. And I want to use this opportunity also to appreciate you. Despite the fact that I'm knocking you out here, even trying as much as possible to meet up. Thank you very much, Ma, for your. Yes, Ma, I would like to forgive you because it seems everything you are saying, you are just talking about from my own perspective. You are just telling people my story. Because if I could remember in my 300 level days where we are preparing for our exams and everything, whereby I could not even take care of myself, even though every day I forget to comb my hair just because I know I have exams and every other thing. So even to sleep, even though sometimes I do sleep for just less than 1 hour, just because I know I need to cover all the syllabus and every other thing. So thank you very much, ma'am. Miss Brown, I've said it all. Miss Peace, I've said it all. She said, optimism is to make it happen. Then she said, we should all take care of ourselves. We should sleep well because of your exam. You should now decide, okay, the doctor asked hours because you're having a day exam, then you decide to ignore the sleep that you have to take. Then she also said one thing again. She said, to overcome exam anxiety, it is a verb. To overcome exam anxiety, it is a verb. Thank you very much, Ma. We really love that. Thank you. I hope everybody also really enjoyed that section also. Thank you so much, Ma. Miss Peace Brown. All right, now let me quickly move on to Mr. Abdulatif. So let him quickly give us the remark that he was trying to give us the other time, so everybody can also be on the same page. So, Mr. Abdulatif, can we have
All right, so very quick. So what I was trying to say, thank you so much, Miss Peace Emmanuel, for that amazing session. Optimism is one of the things that one of my superpower, like one of the things, because there's a limit to what you can do without having optimism, without having a hope for a better future, without believing that you can make things happen for yourself. So what I was saying earlier, this organizing this particular program stemmed from the my own personal experience. So when I had my first jam, I didn't really have much of guidance. I don't have much of program like this. I was just like very clueless. The only thing on my mind is I finished secondary school. The next thing is to write jam and just enter university. The university itself. I remember even the registration itself took a whole lot. Right, I got registered. Unlike some people that you have big brothers and you have mummies or daddies that will take you to go and register for jam and go and do those. I never had such thing. I have to go and do everything on my phone. So everything is always there. And by the time I'm going to write my second jam in 2020, I did everything by myself. So 2016, I even went for tutorial. I attended tutorial. 2020, I did not attend any tutorial. But then based on updated experience, I've learned, I've grown, I've become a better person. There's a lot of things I did not know 4 years prior to that time that I've already know. And then when I go for the exam, even though I was targeting 250, I'm still going to share more of this when I had my session. When I had my session, I later scored 290. And when I did that, I sat down, I asked myself, there are a lot of people out there who also are writing jam, who also want to succeed in their UTME, but don't know how. Can What are the process I went through? What are the things that I went through that actually gave me this result? Because I believe so much. There's, as I mentioned yesterday during the session, there's a part to luck. There's a luck aspect to everything that we do in life. But you can't depend on luck. You have to do your part. So I believe scoring that 290 is not something by luck. Because you know anybody that writes UTME in 2020, UTME is one of the worst UTME result that many people have. It was during the COVID-19. There are a lot of scheduling of exam, a lot of things. So it's one of the year that many people actually feel UTME. And I scored 290. It's not a matter of luck. It's a matter of some process, some things that I did that actually gave birth to that result. And that is where all these things stem from. So every year, if time permits me, last year I was not able to do anything like this because I was on teaching practice. So I always try to like bring people together and also like empower students and keep them with things that they're going to that they need to know to also have a successful TME experience. That's why we're doing this. Thank you so much to all our speakers, and thank you so much, Mr. Majid.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Abdulatif. Yeah, let's quickly move on to the third section before we have our question and answer section. Then we'll move to other remaining two sections. All right. Yeah, this is where we need to talk more. On this section, we are going to be talking about the common mistakes, the common pitfalls that lowers your UTME score. So it should not be that you'll be given any excuse, probably it's because and I'm studying, that's why you're having a low UTME score. It should, I think this section we have to has a lot of things in common. Anything that you have to say, you're not giving any excuse relating to you having a low score in JAM. Okay, let me call my speaker, or the speaker, and the person of Mr. Abdullah Hakim Sulaiman. Mr. Abdullah Hakim Sulaiman. Let me just quickly read his profile so we can know who he is and who is going to talk like the food is going to give us. So we should all prepare all our questions for Mr. Abdullah Hakim because I know we students, this is the part which we need more hands. So let me quickly read Mr. Abdullah Hakim's profile. Mr. Abdullah Hakim Sulaiman is an educational consultant, graphics and a web designer, a digital strategist with a passion of academic excellence, innovation and student empowerment. He is the CEO of AK Boys Creative Hub, a business dedicated to provide tutorial service and educational consultancy and digital designing solution to help students and businesses grow. With over 4 years of teaching experience, he has mentored students across different academic levels, helping them to improve their learning outcome through structured interactive session and personalized coaching. His commitment to students' success extends beyond the classroom. He is actively contributing to the Youth Development and Academic Support Program. Mr. Abdulhakim is a welfare director of NABAS, that's the National Association of Badagry Division Students at Lasso Ekpe campus, where he plays a key role in students' welfare, leadership, and academic development. His experience in student affairs has allowed him to engage with young minds, providing mentorship and support to help achieving their goals. Currently, Mr. Abdulhakim is pursuing a degree in mechanical engineering at Lagos State University, LASSO. He balances academics with leadership and entrepreneurial pursuits. His expertise in graphics design, web development, and digital marketing allows him to create impactful solutions for individuals and businesses, blending creativity and technical skills. Through his work at AK Boys Creative Hub, Mr. Abdulhakim continues to bridge the gaps between education, technology, and design, equipping students and professionals with the tools they need to excel in today's fast-changing world. Permits me to call his name again, Mr. Abdulhakim, Mr. Abdulhakim Sulaiman. Thank you so much for having your grandson.
Yeah, thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to us today. Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Am I audible enough?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, thank you for. I want to use this opportunity to thank Mr. Abdulatif for giving me this opportunity to speak with young minds on this very particular topic. Avoid these costly mistakes, common pitfalls that lower UTME scores. Yes. Yeah, as you all know, okay, yeah, the next slide. Our objective for having this today's topic is to identify common mistakes made by UTME candidates. Two, to equip participants with strategies to avoid these pitfalls. And three, to empower students to maximize their UTME scores. Next slide, please. Yes. Now, the first step in to, to the first step is to identify the common mistakes. Now we have poor time management, ignoring past questions and mock exams, under preparation, misunderstanding and missolving questions, bad exam day habits, poor health, and anxiety and stress. Now, as you can see, these first four, we have poor time management, ignoring past questions and mock examination, misunderstanding, missolving questions, and under preparation. They are intertwined together. Once you make mistake, once you ignore your past question and mock exams, you will not be able to be time management. Once you don't prepare well, you won't be able to take note of time when you're writing an exam. And once you make mistake solving exam questions due to not solving past questions, then we are bound to failure in our examinations. Next slide, please. Yeah, the first thing is poor time management. Yes, you can be a very, very brilliant student and you are confident of, I know everything. Mo ti kàwé yẹn, mo ti jẹ past question, mo ti ṣe this exam, then na do or die. Once I get there, jam is nothing for me. You can just get to the exam hall. Is someone saying something? Hello, can you hear me?
No, please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, listen. Don't be too overconfident about more this exam. As I be am Joe, mathematics, just do one plus one, two plus two, three. If you don't know how to manage your time, you just notice that everything you know, yes, you know it, you are putting it down already, but you are not able to work with your time. You are solving question 1, 2, 3, 4. You have solved 50 questions out of 240 questions, and you are like, hey, I have 5 minutes more. How come? How is this possible? Now, examples of poor time management. What causes poor time management is one, spending too much time on difficult questions. Yes, there are some questions that are difficult. Yes, there are difficult questions, though you know them, but I know this question. This question is simple but difficult and technical. And you feel like let me start doing it. No, if you do that kind of question, you just make you what would I call it? You just notice that after solving that question, okay, you've gotten your finance and you look up, you check the time. How come? This simple question, how did it take this much time? So that's the first instance. The second instance is not allocating time wisely. Yes, this is also an example of poor time management. It's relating to the first question, the first example that says spending too much time on difficult questions. When you don't allocate time wisely, okay, you see this question. I should be able to solve this question in less than 5 seconds. If it's giving you more than 5 seconds, Mr. Man, 5 seconds to 30 seconds, leave the question. If you are taking more than 5 to go to the next question, The next one is we have apply concepts in real life situation. Oh, can you hear me? I
Yes,
think
we
that
can.
that must be an error. So that must be an error.
Yeah,
Now,
we
the
can hear
solution
you.
for time management. That last the last example must be an error. The next thing is solutions to poor time management. Now we have one, practice questions under timed condition. Yes, that's where the CBT practice comes in. You should always practice. Okay, I want to do mathematics today. Give yourself time. I'm solving 40 questions. These 40 questions, I must be able to solve it within 10 minutes. If I'm not able to solve this thing within 10 minutes, then jam is not sure for me. Yes. So that's the first thing. The second thing, allocate specific time for specific questions type. Yes. For example, I'm using mathematics because I love mathematics, but mathematics is my best subject. So I will always keep on saying mathematics, mathematics, mathematics. Yeah, we have topics like, okay, fraction. Fraction is very simple. It's a very simple topic. You can just say, okay, for questions on fractions, I should spend nothing less than 10 seconds. We have topics like algebraic fraction, algebraic expression in mathematics. Algebraic expression is a bit tough. What can I do? You solve a question, solve multiple questions. Okay, how many minutes did I use to solve this question? I spent 30 seconds. Next question, under algebraic fraction, I spent 50 seconds. Then the next question you're solving under algebraic fraction, you spend 30 seconds again. Add the 30 seconds together and get the average. And make sure you work on that average. Work on it. Make sure you don't exceed 30 to 40 seconds on algebraic fraction. So specific question type like that, give yourself specific time. Okay, this topic, when I see this topic, is this question, these seconds I'm going to use to solve it. If I'm using past these seconds, then something is wrong. The next slide. Yeah, the next thing is ignoring past questions. JAMB often repeats question pattern from previous years. Yes, JAMB follows as they have a structured pattern in which they set their questions. If you are not conversant with past question, you would not know how JAMB sets their question. JAMB is very tricky. Yes, it's very tricky. You can see a question, and once you make mistake somewhere, you will see your answer. You get the answer correctly, you see your answer. So if you are not solving past questions, if you don't used to solve past questions regularly, you would not be able to know all these the type of questions, the way JAM sets their questions, and all. Another thing is mock exams. Don't JAM, I think yes, during this registration, there is availability for mock exams. Am I right? Someone should answer me in the comment section. There's availability for mock exam. I hope you all registered for the mock exam. If you did not register for the mock exam, find a means of writing mock. Is someone saying something? Okay, yeah, people are responding. Yes, that's good. That's good of you. Registering for that mock is very, very important. It is very, very important. Registering for mock. Mock will give you an insight of, okay, this is how CBT exam looks like. This is how JAM looks like. Okay, these are most likely questions that can come out in my JAM. Okay, actually, this kind of question, this is how it is in normal mathematics when I'm solving. But in JAM, this is how it is. It is mock that will allow us to know how questions like that are how questions like that appear in JAM. So the solutions to that is practice past questions regularly. Yes, when I was in secondary school, I don't used to read. Read. If you see me like this, just because I love mathematics, I study mathematics past question the most. And the only past question I bought was maths and English. I used to borrow the remaining one I used to borrow. And if I'm unable to borrow, just continue solving maths because maths is my priority. So today you see me like this, I'm solving mathematics past question. Tomorrow, maths past question. Next tomorrow, maths past question. So that gave me an insight of omo. So this is how JAMB used to set their questions. If I see question like this, okay, I saw the past question. I go to the back, I check the solution. After solving the question, I'm marking myself. Okay, the ones I got right, okay, fine. The ones I failed, okay, how did they do it? It's past question that will give you an insight of okay, how is this thing solved? Okay, this is how it is solved. Past question can also give you insight of okay, this is a way of solving this question. But JAMB, past question, but JAMB, they have a shortcut or a short way of solving this question. Past questions will give you that insight. The next thing is practice CBT mock test. Yes, I've said it already. There are many application sites that we can study, you can use to study CBT practice. We have example campus info, campusinfo.com. We have exam pass. We have myschool.ng. Those are sites whereby we can practice real life exam questions. Those apps like that, they bring in past questions that jump from years back and previous years. They bring it together to form in form of CBT. They give allocated time, they allot time, the way JAMB allots time. So we should practice more on that. The next one is attend tutorial classes. Very, very important. Very, very important. Attend tutorial classes. Yes, if you don't attend tutorial classes, in tutorial classes, that is where okay, JAMB questions like this, JAMB set it this way. It's the work of a tutorial, the tutor in the tutorial to guide you on okay, we have like 5 different process of solving this question and at different times. Okay, this shortcut, there's a shortcut here, there's a shortcut to this, there's a shortcut to this. It's someone that will tell you. You cannot find any shortcut in any textbook. It's someone that will tell you, okay, when you see this question, there is a shortcut to it. For don't worry, you by, you will excel, you get the question right. So always attend tutorial classes. Next slide. Under preparation. Under preparation. Everything I've been saying since is all about preparation. What time management? When you don't practice using time-based in a time-based condition, it means you have not prepared well. When you don't attend past questions, it means you have not prepared well. When you don't use CBT apps, CBT mock tests, you have not prepared well. If you don't attend tutorial classes, you have not prepared well. Now, you say preparation is the key to success in JAMB. Unfortunately, many students fail because they do not dedicate enough time to study. Some students underestimate the exam, thinking they can rely on last-minute cramming. Yeah, that's very true. In JAMB, you don't do cramming. No. If you cram like this, or Benny, zero because it's not like WAEC that everything you cram you can just go and okay, what is for example in civic, what is citizenship? Citizenship is the act of you are put down in your brain. Go to WAEC, you write it down. JAB will not ask you what is citizenship. JAB will give you the definition of citizenship and remove a word there and tell you to fill in the gap. That's what JAMB is. That's how JAMB is for you. JAMB in English, for their English, we have 3 aspects in English. Is it 3 or like 5 aspects? We have 2 comprehensions. We have I can't remember. We have synonyms, we have filling the gap, we have idioms, we have the the literary aspect, and we have many more for English. So causes of under preparation, examination malpractice mindset. I'm very well sure that most of us have been seeing or have been hearing that they used to do jam runs, they used to do jam runs. Now lie you, don't let anybody scam you. There's nothing like jam runs. You give them your money, you will fail. You will fail and you will fail woefully. I have a student, yes, I had a student. He paid because his dad is rich. He paid for jam runs. Unfortunately for him, he didn't know he was going to write the exam, even if there's runs. He sat for the exam, he wrote the exam, and when results came out, funny enough, he got higher than the jam runs. So jam runs, everything about jam runs is a scam. Take that out, take that out of your mind. There's nothing like jam runs. If you have paid for any jam runs, it's better go and collect your money now. If you are unable to collect your money, then you have to go and start preparing. Start preparing. Preparation is key. Preparation is key. The second thing is procrastination. Yes, don't procrastinate. Oh, Ọ̀gbẹ́ni ó ti rẹ̀ mí lénìí. I would I'll read tomorrow. I'm tired. Orí tí ẹ̀ ń fọ́ mi díẹ̀. No, don't procrastinate. Take that book now. Even if you are tired, orí tí ń fọ́ mi. Okay, orí tí ń fọ́ mi, mo fẹ́ sùn jàre. Ìwé yẹn jẹ́ n pátì máa padà wá. No, that is the time your brain will open. Though if you're having a headache, I'd not say if you're having a headache, you should go and carry your book. Oh. No, you're having a headache, just lay your head a bit or take drug. After a while, you can pick your book and start reading. Read at that moment. That moment that something is telling you, I'll read later. Tell your mind no, because that is the time your brain is open already. That time you are pushing book away. That is the main time for you to read. That time your brain is open already. The next thing is overconfidence. Overconfidence. Most of us, wo mo ti mọ mathematics jàre, mathematics kí ló wà níbẹ̀, ṣebí ká kàn ṣe 1 + 1 2 + 2. Ẹ wo mo fẹ́ lọ gbá bọ̀ jàre. No, you might be very very brilliant. In fact, you are very brilliant. You are very very brilliant. And when you get to the exam hall, you start solving, you look up, time ti lọ. Báwo ló ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀? It's because you didn't prepare well. You didn't prepare using timed conditions. You didn't allocate time to specific question type. So you have not to be overconfident. Don't put forward too much confidence. Yes, it is very good to be confident of yourself. That alone will help you kill anxiety. Be confident of yourself, but then don't be overconfident. We have scholars, yes, A1 parallel, ló máa ń gbà ní school, A1 parallel. It happened to one of my mates in secondary school. Right from JSS1, she's always the first, and the least percentage she has is 80-something percent, 80-something. Best student from JS1, merit award like this. She has A1, B2, AC, A Kinikan. When we go to jump, because she didn't prepare based on timed, she didn't use the CBT exam, she didn't prepare with timed conditions, she didn't allocate time to specific question type, she didn't do all those necessary things. She was like, I've known this thing, I know this thing. Yes, I know it. When the results came out, she came out with 190 something. I was like, best student 190. Yes, it happened because she didn't prepare well. She was very brilliant, that she had always had best results in secondary school, but because she didn't prepare well, she failed. The next thing is distractions. Gen Z, Gen Z, Gen Z, Gen Z, Gen Z, kí la máa ń pè náà? We are in the Gen Z era. Is someone saying something? Oh, 2 minutes more. Distractions. Okay. Distractions. Social media is one of the greatest distractions ever. Let's us always do away with distractions. Don't let our phone distract us. Don't let friends distract you. Any friend that is distracting you, any friend that doesn't want you to succeed, badano. Don't do away with all form of distractions. Your phone, if it's distracting you, give your mommy, egba. Titi my jump down. I don't want to see my phone. I don't want to touch my phone. Let that get you a button phone if your phone is a distraction. But if you know your phone is not a distraction and it is a productive machine for you, you can hold on to your phone. But if it is distracting you, once it causes distraction for you, do away with it. Next slide. Yes, misunderstanding and missolving questions. This happens during the course of solving, because you know the question already. You didn't what causes this misunderstanding is: one, you did not read the instructions; two, you made some errors while calculating; three, you are hastening to solve simple questions; and four, choosing wrong options mistakenly. Yes. So the solutions to that is read each question twice. Read each question twice. The question, read it twice. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. The next thing is carefully read instructions before attempting questions. Always take note of instructions.
It's the
Questions
first.
that say synonyms. Questions that say synonyms, don't misquote it for antonyms, because there is in the option there are antonyms there. The next thing is do not be in a hurry to solve. Don't say because this question is very simple, I have to solve it very, very fast because of time. Though you have to be time cautious, but still don't be in a haste. The next thing is underline keywords. When you say a difficult questions and it's somehow tricky, underline keywords and break it to the simplest term. Then the next one is pay attention to negative words. This happens most times in calculation questions. There are some negative words that if you quote it wrongly, it happens in English also. If you quote the negative words wrongly, you are bound to fail. So next slide. Poor health and exams and poor health, anxiety and stress. I think the previous speakers have talked about it. Okay, let's go to the last slide. The last slide is very important. I'm sorry. Yes, bad exam day habits. Habits like coming late to the exam or not bringing the required materials. We shouldn't come late to the exam center. When you are coming for the exam, always bring the required materials. You have your pencil and your exam slip. If you don't come to your exam slip, you won't be allowed to write exam. And the next one is not checking exam slip for location, time, and date. Well, after some time, we'll be asked to generate our slip. When we generate the slip, take note of the dates, the exam location, and the time. Dressing decently. Sorry, bringing bring wanted don't bring unwanted materials to the exam center. Adhere to instructions by instructors. Next slide. I think that will be the last slide. The last slide, please. Yes. Final takeaway. Succeeding in UTME is not just about studying hard, but also about studying smart. Avoid common mistakes like poor time management, lack of preparation, and misunderstanding questions. Apply strategies to solving questions, and consistently be consistent, disciplined, and have proper exam strategies that will set you apart from other candidates. Thank you. I think I've been able to pass on some ideas to our candidates. Prepare well, prepare well, put in efforts to study, attend tutorials, practice CBT questions,
Thank you so much,
and
Mr. Sulaiman.
allocate specific time for specific questions. Thank you.
Much, Mr. Sulaiman. We really appreciate it all. Yeah, Mr. Sulaiman has given us a lot of tips that will really help us during this exam. He said a lot. He said you should never ignore your past question, attend tutorials, prepare. And he also said one thing, that there is no expo in JAM. Please let that rings in our head. There is no expo in JAM. Don't expect anything. Don't expect any expo in JAM. And I would like to say this also, that people that will tell you that after your JAM score, if your JAM score is low, that they will help you upgrade it. It's a lie. Nobody can upgrade any results. So please, try as much as possible. Have it at the back of your mind. There's nothing like JAM Expo, and there's nothing like what upgrading of results. In order not to waste much of our time, because I know our time is very, very precious to every one of us, I think we can easily move on to every other thing, and we can just okay. Let's just quickly have one of our. Let's quickly have this. Yeah, a minute, please. All right, let's quickly have our lecturer ideas, because I think he has a lot of things to do. Yeah, let's quickly have our lecturer in the house. So let me quickly call on Mr. Abdulaziz Issa. Mr. Abdulaziz Issa. So he's going to be talking about after UTME, what next? Preparing for admission and future beyond exam. After UTME, like after the exam, you know, when Mr. Abdulhakim was saying, he was telling us the common mistake we should avoid during the UTME. So Mr. Abdulaziz Issa is going to tell us that after the exam, or when you're done with your UTME today, what next? Preparing for the admission, preparing yourself for admission, and preparing yourself beyond the exam. So let me just quickly read Mr. Abdulaziz's profile. Okay. Mr. Abdulaziz Issa is a lecturer at Federal College of Agriculture, Ibadan, the first agricultural institution in Nigeria and West Africa. He's an educator, author, and a brand consultant. He's committed to promote truth, good governance, and active citizenship among learners. With over a decade of experience in teaching and mentorship, Mr. Abdulaziz helps learners discover, develop, and deploy their purpose while advocating for better governance and functional education. He is the author of this inspiring book, How It Began, The Story of Pain and Gain, which captured the transformative life experience and valuable lessons for young mind navigating the life journey. Through the optimized social media presence, Mr. Abdulaziz empowers individuals to unlock opportunities on digital platforms, offering guidance in personal and corporate brands. His purpose statement reflects his unwavering dedication to search for relevant knowledge, imparting knowledge, and lead a truthful life through education and continuous learning, so that people in the world can be motivated to live in a principled, balanced, and fulfilling life. Permit me to call up again Mrs. Issa. Thank you so much for having you on Brasa.
Hello, family. Hello, family. Good morning. 5 minutes to afternoon. So I will say good morning, afternoon, everybody. I'm so excited. So excited. I wish I can show my video. I have intention of showing my video, but 15 minutes ago, NEPA took light. So I wouldn't want to show my face, and after some time, I start sweating. So I hope we can hear me, please. All right. I want to believe with that we can all hear me. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Growth Minded Educators Academy, for putting this together. Thank you, Mr. Majid, the optimist. Okay. Please, can we hear me?
Yes,
All
I can
right.
hear you, Colin.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Growth Minded Educators Academy, for putting this exciting and educative program together. Thank you, Mr. Majid, the optimist. Thank you, Mr. Abdulatif Adedeji, the flipped classroom expert. Thank you, Ms. Oliver Brown. I start with you. Beyond success, be legendary. Any foolish person can be successful, but to be legend, you have to be visionary. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Peace Emmanuel, the optimism surgeon. That's so incredible. I love the name. And thank you, Mr. Suleiman Abdulhakim. I salute you, sir. Thank you, dear listeners, for your attention and time. We believe you have traded your attention, energy, and time for something that is worthwhile. All right, let me quickly rush into this. And my topic is, after UTME, what next? Preparing for admission and your future beyond the exam. All right, before I start, please don't try to take plenty of notes, because you are going to do a lot of that after your admission. Sure, you get the point. So what I'm going to be saying, just pick actionable strategies that, if what I am going to be saying in the next few minutes, you don't see anything that is applicable, don't bother to write anything. So you should be taking a look for 3 things, do's, what you should do moving forward. Number 2, what you should stop doing after listening to this session. And number 3 is what you need to know more about. Now, they say something, but you are not sure, you are not clear about it, then seek more clarity. Be curious. So these are the 3 things you should be picking out from my session. What should you start doing? What should you stop doing? And what should you inquire? Now, after your UTME, you are going to fall in either of these 3 categories. The first categories are those that are going to make their cutoff mark for their desired courses, and they are going to be given admission for that same courses. Let's say, for example, you put in for medicine and surgery, and the cutoff mark for medicine and surgery in the institution you applied for is, say, 280, and you have like 290 or 300, and you are given the admission. That's the first set of people. The second category are those that will be given a different course from what they have desired. For example, you put in for linguistic, and you are given, let's say, social studies, or you are given something like, let's say, counseling education. So either because you have a lower score that you couldn't get your desired course, there are some that will even have a score that is higher than the desired course, yet they will be given a different course. So unfortunately, we are in Nigeria. So this is another category. You are given admission, but the course you are given is different from your desired one. That is second category. And the third category are those that wouldn't gain admission at all. Maybe because they couldn't meet up the minimum cutoff mark for the course, or even 180 or 160, as the case may be in some other schools. Or you may even have more than the required cutoff mark, and to the reason best known to the institution, you still couldn't get admission. So this is another category. So I will be giving strategies for each of these categories. For the first category that will be giving admission. Yes?
Scoring 280 above in jam. So got to Gino. So now come last person first before. So
All right.
I'm so
Can
sorry
I
about that.
continue?
I'm not sure. Yes, you can continue, sir.
I
I don't know.
have
He
I been
mistakenly left his
have I
mic.
been audible and energetic?
Yeah, yes, you have been, sir.
I
You've been, sir.
wish I could show my face. I wish for this NEPA. Kai. All right. Okay. Okay. So after mentioning those three categories, so what are the strategies that each of these category of people can use? The first one is those that are going to get admission for their desired courses. The first thing you should do is to get a mentor. Immediately you see you have been offered admission to study agricultural economics, social science courses like politics, medicine, or whatever that you put in, computer science that you have put in for, and that is what you got. The first thing that should come to your mind is getting a mentor. Get a mentor in that school, in your department, so that they are going to take you through their experiences. You don't need to start clearing your own road again. They are going to take you through a clean road, their experiences, their mistakes, their successes, their challenges. They are going to let you know. Then outside the department, let's say you are someone that has a flair for technology, and your course of study is business administration. So you have another guy in engineering or computer department, ICT, that is the name in the school or about ICT. Get closer to that person to mentor you in that area that you have flair for ICT. Let's say you are somebody who love leadership and yes, leadership. And there's another person in economics, Department of Economics in 400 level, who is a good leader, like who have the charisma, the skill set, the expertise for leading. Get closer to the person to mentor you. So you can get more than a mentor on different areas that you have a flair for. Then your lecturers, any lecturer that you see is going to upgrade you based on maybe you share the same kind of personality, what the way to model after, get closer to them and get a mentor. That's number one. Number two is what you call skill stacking. Stacking is when you have a book, you put another book on top, you put another, you put another. That is stacking. Now, skill stacking is that you are studying, let's say, for example, business administration. There are skills you need to put together to make you an exceptional or extraordinary business administration students beyond the regular students. Let's say, for example, you need to take certifications online on marketing and sales, business law and ethics, data analysis, Microsoft Office suites, etc. That are going to make that your business administration course that you study, to make you different beyond what other students are just doing. You gather certifications, you gather experiences. That is what is called skill stacking, internship, and all. So it is easy just for your course. Just thank God we are in the era of AI. Just prompt your Meta AI on your WhatsApp or your ChatGPT and say, okay, I'm studying medicine. What are the skills I need to stack to as a medicine and surgery student? You are going to see that then you work towards them, different certifications, the skills, the internship, and all that you need to get. That is the point two. Then the third one, I'm going to send a resource after my program. Is going to contain these 20 tips to become an enviable student. Is a program, a webinar I organized in 2022, and I shared 20 tips to become an enviable student. The kind of student that other students are going to say, what? Are we attending the same school? You are doing a lot, and at the same time, you are topping the class. So I'm going to share the resource. That's for those you'll be given admission to study the course of your desired course. Now, for the second, those that will be given a course that is different from what they have put in. The first thing is you should reject the course if you have a compelling reason to do so. You are the kind of person that is always talking about educational reforms, making a global change when it comes to education. So are you putting for, let's say, education, a course that is related to education policy. That is what you put in for your JAM. Then you are given, let's say, food science. So that is not related to your vision, your purpose at all. Since you have a compelling reason, because your purpose in life is more than the course you are studying. So the course you are studying in school is a fraction of your purpose, your bigger vision. So in the next 4 years, you'll be done with you will be done with the course in the next 5 years. But you still have many years to live if God wish. You can live for as long as 60, 70, 80. And what you study in school can actually affect, according to what Ms. Oliver Brown has said before, it can change the trajectory of your life. So if you have a compelling reason to do so, if you are given a different course that you don't know how to navigate or how to connect with your vision, reject it and prepare for the next JAM. Now, if you don't have any reason to reject, you don't even have knowledge about purpose, you don't know what vision is, you don't even, maybe you have been writing JAM, this is the 4th time. You have been making 100, 90, 110, 120. And this time around, you say 181. And you are giving a Greek. Your own situation is different because you don't even have a compelling reason to say you reject the course in the first place. So accept the course, because it's not everybody that is going to, we all have capacity to be visionary. But we just need to say the reality. We all cannot be visionaries. So, and you have seen this education as a means to escape poverty, though that is a lower version of reason, a lower frequency of reasoning, but notwithstanding, lower version of reasoning is better than no reasoning. If that is your situation, accept the Agric, but accept the Agric with what? Embrace it wholeheartedly. Study the Agric, no discrimination, saying that next year I will not take another JAM. I will not go and say the English you want to study, sir. Do you know what you want to use it for? Do you have vision for it? Do you have purpose, direction, trajectory, projections? No. So focus on the Agric, except you are ready to go on a journey of purpose discovery. I'm a purpose person and all. So you will need to hear purpose more and more. So when you embrace the course, please embrace it wholeheartedly, attend conferences, all the programs that is related to the course that you have accepted. Let's say in the auditorium, all these inaugural lectures, anytime new professors from your department or faculties are presenting lectures, go there. Go for extracurricular activities that are related to your course. And then the same thing I told those that are giving their course of their dream, that is, get a mentor. You also do that. You stack skills around that course that you are giving. Baba, don't deceive yourself, saying when you are done with 4 years course, you will start another one. It's if not with a kind of rebellious mindset, you cannot do that too. Talking about the time, finance, the Nigerian situation and all. Don't deceive yourself. If you have accepted any course, embrace it wholeheartedly. Fall in love with it by fire, by force. If the course does not fall in love with you, you fall in love with the course. All right, the third category of people who will not be given admission, there is no way they cannot give admission to everybody. Whether you have lower score or you have the score, but you are not still giving admission. So for those that have lower score, attending course and programs like this is one of the key ways to find out. Now, find out realistic step. to provide solutions to why you have low score. Didn't I study Mr. Abdul Hakim? I've given us different strategies on how to study well and different mistakes. Go to that. Please, Mr. Abdul Hakim, I would plead you to give us the slide. Please, I will plead you to give us the slide so that they can read through and check. Every time they want to read, they will check the list. Oh, these are the things I need to do. These are the things I need not to do. Thank you so much. I wish I want to believe you've accepted that plea. All right, then you should know the reason. Go back to the drawing board and ask, why did I fail? Then go and prepare for another exam. Then for those that have good score and are not given admission, make your research as to why you are not offered admission. Do you know there are things like catchment areas? For example, in the University of Ilorin in Kwara State, there are catchment areas, especially those states in the North Central, like Kogi State, like Abuja. So they have catchment areas that if you are an indigene of those states, you have more chance of gaining admission than some from other places, maybe due to their historical relationship with the state or the school. There's what they call, thank you so much, sir, Mr. Abdul Hakim. Yes, the slide will be made available to you, will be made available for you people. Now, you should know why the catchment area, maybe it's the catchment area, your state is not in the catchment area, and so your propensity to get admission may be affected by that. What is the course competitiveness? The competitiveness of that course in that school, because in different schools, there are courses that are more competitive than one another, even though there are some general courses that in all schools, even in the world, they are competitive. So check, is this school, there is competition for this course, and so why, even if I want to be picking the school again, what are the things that will give me an edge in this competition? Ask yourself, is it wrong subject combination for this school? Because every school, they have their subject combination. Every course you want to do is not having the same subject combination in every school, though it can be close almost in many of the schools. So you have to go to the school portal, speak to somebody, and get first and direct information. Let me quickly, this 1 minute story. When I was applying for admission in 2016, so I was using a small button phone, techno phone, but I was following the news of University of Ilorin with the small phone. I've read all three their portals that are those that are not in school. You know, there are some that if you don't log in with your school matric number, you can't. But everything that is accessible to everybody, I've read everything. I follow their news every day. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't have known I've gotten admission because the school said officially in November that no admission is coming again. But me, I still keep checking. And the funny thing is that I got my admission on 27th of December, when the school have already announced in December that they've released the last batch, because I'm always checking with my smartphone. If not, I wouldn't have gotten admission that year, because if I had followed it, because I'm always checking. But with my smartphone or button, I just see that thing with green, this thing that day. I usually see red. You have not offered admission, red. That day I just see that turn to green. What is this thing that is plenty? I wish you can see my face. All right, but NEPA, you do this one. Then I see this green thing, you have been offered admission to study this, December 27, people have resumed school since October. Then I started packing it, So this, you should make research as to why you didn't get the admission and then prepare. But just AI is there. Ask. If I have my desired, I have my cutoff mark, let's say 260, and the course I want to study is 220. I didn't gain admission, ChatGPT. What are the possible things that could cause that? There are things I cannot tell you here. ChatGPT will give you 20 reasons, 20 things you need to check too. Then you'll be clicking, okay, this one, okay, I know about this, I don't know about this. So you pay attention to them while you are prepared. Then your propensity, your probability. Yes, we know that you have possibility of getting admission, But thinkers go beyond possibility to probability. So you now say, okay, what's the probability of getting admission? So that is when you make research, more research. Now, that is for the third category of people. Now, general advice, let me quickly round off before they tell me 20 seconds more. General advice to everybody, whether you are going to gain admission for your desired course, or you'll be given another course, or you will not gain admission at all. This is the general course. Discover yourself. Know who you are. The first step to self-discovery is awareness about yourself, your personality. Know who you are. Don't go and be doing another course, a course that is against, just like what Ms. Oreva is saying, playing in your genius zone. Look at her, I'm speaking passionately. This is what I've been doing for more than 15 years, even since when I was in primary school. So, like, when you are your genius, you flow, you are happy, you do stuff, you get the point. So, you should know yourself before you even put in for any course. No, though not everybody can do that. Human beings want to learn everything, we want to know everything, and we try to know it, but we are afraid to know ourselves. Yes, we are afraid to know ourselves. So I know there are cowards, but I want to believe those of you on this call, for taking the step of coming here to come and learn, I believe you guys are courageous. Please have the courage to know yourself, discover yourself, know your personality, and use that information to channel what course to study and see the wonders here. You will see this person is doing so much. He's in politics, he's in journalism, he's in football, in school, he read, and he still graduated as the best writing student. Baba, not be by a book, not be by brilliance alone. The person is playing in his genius, just like Mr. Lateef Adediji. The overall best writing student, the highest task that's ever produced, 4.91. Do you know what that means? 4.91 out of 5 that the school has ever produced is because he's played in his genius. Even in that, he's still training teachers as undergraduate. 300 level students, 200 level training teachers of 20 years experience. You cannot do that by just intelligence. You do it when you are playing in your genius. Now, you use tools like systempersonality.com. It's free, and ask. They are going to give you some questions about yourself that you can't think about. In 10 minutes, they are going to give you the analysis of your strengths, your weaknesses, what you need to do, the possible career path you can go. Systempersonalities.com. You will see it in the resource I'm going to be dropping. The link I'll be dropping after my session. Do that. Then the second general advice is that seek admission with clarity of purpose, compelling vision, problem solving in mind. Ms. Oreva Brown has said this. You are not seeking admission for a job. You are going to school to create, even in 100 level, 200 level. You are going there to create. We are not seeking job. It's not every lecturer that they call on calls like this to come and present stuff. People have been teaching, lecturing 20 years. Nobody has ever called them to speak on anything. It's because I'm playing in my genius. I am doing my work beyond just getting salary. I'm doing my work with clarity of purpose, with compelling vision, with problem solving in mind. I am creating. When you come in the next year, I would have created a course. I would have done something that is different. I always say, it will always be better to meet me tomorrow, because by tomorrow, I would have been better than today. You can only do this when you have clarity of purpose, compelling vision, problem solving, and you want to create in mind. Don't go to school for a job. Baba, no job anywhere. If you see somebody that is saying your uncle is in Abuja, you will get a job after 4 years. Your uncle can die the next 4 years before you finish. Your uncle may have got into one problem and they will say, okay, he's no more working. No job. If you get job, congratulations. If you don't, have creation in mind. Even by the time you are offered job after graduation and you have a lot of creations, you don't have time for job. You get the point. Now, Another for general advice, get or follow teachers, leaders, influencers, entrepreneurs who are change makers, who are intellectual rebellion. I hope you are taking note of this point. Oh, yeah. Who are change makers, intellectual rebellion, radicals, disruptive mindsets. They are not thinking like the ordinary people, because if you want to achieve extraordinary, you need to also have extraordinary actions in place. So, and you can't learn this by yourself. You have to see people doing it. Teachers that you see around, leaders online, influencers online, entrepreneurs that you see around, who are change makers, who are not just living to just take care of their family and buy car. Is that the only thing you can do in the world? What? Just buy a car, and when you are rich enough, you travel abroad for 2 months vacation at the beach or something in Panama. That's the only thing you want to use with the God gift. That's foolishness of the highest order. No, you should follow people with intellectual rebellion, people that are change makers, that are radicals, that are disruptive in their mindset, especially online. That TikTok, follow disruptors. Don't just be playing around. If you are playing around, Baba, you will be successful, but you won't be legendary. You won't be legendary. You can have money and buy few stuff and be saying, congratulations, me, I bought cow. Car, house is the only thing you can do with all of the God's gifts that dwell in you. That's foolishness of the highest order. Now, another second to the last advice generally, for those that are 25 years and above, if you are 25 years and above and you are going for your first degree, I will recommend you go for part-time study instead of full-time. This is why. By the time you get in other level, average people you are going to see there, they are 16, 17, 18, highest 19. That's the average. You are 25. You are almost like 6, 7 years older than your mate. So the network will not be as strong. You want to be networking with kids that are still breastfeeding. You get the point. So go for part-time so that you have chance to connect with people of your age who are thinking at the same frequency as you. You have chance to make money, because at this time, 25 years, even if your parents are kind enough to still be feeding you at 25, you have 4 or 5 years to study in school. By 26, they will give up. 27, they will give up. 28, 29, 30, they will give up on you. That means making money, you have to put making money in consideration. So have making money, networking with the people that will be thinking at the same frequency in mind, and you can not get that in regular day school with children and with speaking, so you can't, Baba. So even marriage is also in your mind. Do you want to go and marry 16, 17 years old girl? Or especially if you're a lady, you want to marry 19 years old when you are already 26? That they want to play. You have played, you've made your mistake. They are just starting their mistakes. So this is the reason why I'm recommending that if you are 25 years and above, go for part-time study. Go for part-time study. Now, lastly, HND and first degree, that is BSc discrimination in opportunities. Do anything you can do to go for first degree, university. If you do not have the opportunity, you cannot go polytechnic college that offers OND and HND. But let me tell you, there is discrimination in Nigeria. HND and BSc. They don't want to hear you study 4 years, BSc. HND is 5 years. You firstly do 2 years of OND, then 1 year for industrial training. You now come out another 2 years for HND. They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear. If you have HND, you can't lecture. Except you go and get PGD and some other additional this thing. If you like, get 100 from 100 level of your HND to AND to HND, 100. You can't lecture in Nigeria. Maybe in private institution, I don't know, but in public institution, you can't lecture. And there are some other opportunities that from even pay, you will not hear this outside. Polytechnic, they have technical this thing. They have practical, everything. Okay, we know. But instead of going that polytechnic that they have, why don't you go for school that is university, but they have good practicals, appliances and stuff? You get the point. Thank you so much. I'm going to be sharing the resources with the organizers, and you will see disruptive mindset from things, talks from John Obidi, talks from Dr. Olakunle Shoriran. My book, How It Began. You are going to see the link to download it for free. 20 tips to become an enviable student. You see it there, and the link for systempersonalities.com. Thank you so much, and God bless you. I'm so excited. My day is blessed. My week, my month, this year is blessed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, thank you very much. This section is we really appreciate your presence, sir. Talk about what UTME, and we really enjoyed your section. You taking us to the present and you taking us to the future, telling us about the present and telling us about the future. And one thing which I really quote from your word is, in everything that you do, you should always get a mentorship. That means even though if you want to do a particular course, you should get a mentor who has been in that particular field. Then we can also be mentored. So it won't look kind of difficult, like from the way people do say that mathematics is difficult. And you see people, when you tell them that you studied mathematics, and people will be like, the kind of mentality. So thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate. Thank you so much, sir. In order not to waste much of our time, let me quickly call on the last speaker, which is still the same person, which is Mr. Abdul Latif Adedimeji. The flip.
Hello.
Is going to be talking about
My name is Adedeji.
the
Adedeji.
Who is that? Okay, Adedeji Abdul Latif, the flip classroom expert. Is going to be talking about the 280 strategies, proven techniques to excel in UTME. So let me just quickly read his profile, because to read his profile, I'm even scared, because me myself here, I knew him because we both studied mathematics together from the same university, National University of Education, and he has been one of my good colleagues that I even look up to him, whereby I hope one day I'll also be like him. I pray that day will come. All right, let's quickly read about his profile. Mr. Abdul Latif Adedeji is a distinguished author and a mentor dedicated to academic excellence and student success. He is the overall best graduating student of National University of Education, TASWED, in 2024. He made an history with a total CGPA of 4.91, which is the highest in the university record. His journey from struggling with UTME in excelling academic is a testament to power. Is a testament to power, strategic learning, and the right mindset. His commitment to student success goes beyond personal achievement. He is the author of Set to Score, a powerful guide that equips students with the strategies and techniques to excel in a competitive exams like UTME. Through the year of research, personal experience, and mentorship, Mr. Abdul Latif has developed proven method to help students overcome exam anxiety, avoid costly mistakes, and secure admission of their dream. While in school, he served as the vice president of the department, and he was a part of the team led of Young African Leader Intensive, that's YALI, in YALI Network Ogun in TASWED chapter. His leadership and dedication to students' empowerment has made him a lasting impact. Mr. Abdul Latif Adedeji continues to inspire students by sharing his knowledge and experience, proving that with the right strategies and determination, academic excellence is within the reach of every student. Permit to call my boss, Naoga, and the convener of this program in the person of Mr. Abdul Latif Adidiji. Thank you for having your board, sir.
Wow, wow, this is so amazing. I really love this. Thank you so much, Mr. Majid, for that wonderful introduction. Thank you so much to all our speakers and to everybody that's been here since the beginning of the program. It's over 2 hours now. I'm so glad that you are here. I'm so glad that, and I hope that you've been learning so much. We intend to make this program to be a transformative and impactful one, and I hope that that has been your experience so far. Please, can you confirm if you can hear me loud and clear?
Yes, we can. We can hear you.
All right, thank you so much. I'm not going to get right into it because of our time. Uh, Thank you so much, Miss Areva, for that fantastic. So, Miss Areva is someone that always talk about uh career, career a lot, and I couldn't have think of a better person to have speak on that. And I really love the fact that she break it down. So, if you have choose any particular course, maybe because your friend has choose the course, is going for the course, or because you're being pressurized to go for the course, maybe you should go back and go and watch the replay. That was the first session. Go make sure that you are studying the course, whatever course you're studying, you're studying for the right reason. All right. And then optimism, my dear sister, Miss Peace Emmanuel, thank you so much for that. You can't exam anxiety is real and it's there. But then the only way you can do it, the only way you can use to conquer it, as Miss Pizza said, is to have hope. Have a hope for a better future where you are hopeful and you're not just hopeful. She was saying the other time that optimism is not just feeling that you can do something or something good is going to happen for you, but you're not doing anything about it. And I want to say when you have that feeling, that is delusion. Delusion is just having hope that things will happen, or I will get score, I will score this, I will score that, and then you are not what is it called? You're not how should I put it now? And you are not working towards it. That is delusion, complete delusion. Okay, if you are optimist, being an optimist means that you have hope that better things can happen, but you're actually doing all the best. You're doing your best to make it happen for yourself. You're not just waiting for something to come and make it for you. And that's why we're having this type of session. Okay, and Mr. Blakim has shared with us a lot of mistakes from being underprepared, what's it called? Not studying past questions, a whole lot of mistakes that most students make. They actually hinder them from scoring the best. And then my brother, Mr. Abdulaziz, thank you so much for that section. In fact, this last session is not a session that you find in normal jam, in normal program for UTME. Because most of the time when we talk about UTME, we have programs of UTME like this, we really stop at the UTME itself. But then we want to take it further. We are not just interested in you like getting scoring very high UTME. After you have gotten the admission itself, you score high, gotten the admission. What do you do? How are you going to sustain it? How are you going to make the best out of it? And I'm glad that you have shared a lot with you. So what you just have with you is like master class. Okay, so make sure even if you are part of this, the replay is going to be made available for you. Make sure you watch it again. Okay, and then he has promised a lot of resources for us. Don't worry, you're going to get all the resources. All right, and now we're here for the score itself. So you want to score 280 plus. So let me ask you, how many of you want to score 280 plus in JAM? If you want to score 280 plus in JAM, whether you're here on Zoom or on YouTube, comment yes. Just put yes. I want to score 280 plus. And you might be wondering, why is this guy saying, want to score 280 plus? I intentionally use the word 280 plus because when I did my own jam, the UTME that I did actually led me to doing program like this. I scored 290. So I'm not going to promise you things I've not done. So because I myself have scored 280 plus, so I can promise you that if you want to score 280 plus, I can tell you because I've done it. So I won't tell you, even though the strategies and the things I'm going to be telling you to do here, there are things that when you implement them, you will get to score whatever you want to score. I can say that confidently. You will get to score whatever you want to score. If you want to score 350, you will score it. Because it's not about the score itself, it's about are you willing to do what it takes? And if you do what it takes, why not? That's it. You're going to score whatever score you work for. Okay. But the most important thing is is that because I've scored 290, so I can only tell you I can bring it from that range of 280 plus whatever it is you want to get. Okay, so now let's get right into it. How do you score 280 plus? And let me just quickly share my story with you so you can know where this is coming from. As I've said earlier, I wrote my first UTME in 2016. I scored 210. I intended to study mathematics and I intended to study computer science. Okay, but then I did not get any admission. Uh, I processed for university. I remember I processed UNAB rather. I was not given admission because man, see, it's good to have knowledge and it's good to have guidance. I just choose my university then. I just choose it anyhow because I feel like I'm from Ogun State. So I would choose all my university to be in Ogun State. Okay, so I choose UNAB, FNAB. I think I only choose last year. I choose last year just to add it for the second choice. I never process, I never get the positive form. I choose Federal Polytechnic in Laro. Okay, and guess what? I did the positive. 2016 was the first year where they stopped doing positive me. I think temporarily, and they are using points. So I did what was it called? I got the form and I waited and waited for admission. I didn't enough form. Later on, very close to the year, I got the opportunity to go to a college of education. Okay, so I studied computer science and mathematics. And though when I'm done with college of education, 2019, I finished 2019, 2020. My biggest goal in 2020 is that I must get admission. That was COVID-19 year. So I processed. And then, as long as I've been to NC before, I'm not supposed to even write jam. And thank God that I wrote jam that year because if I don't, if that mistake did not happen, we won't be having this program. We will most likely not be having this program. So I'm supposed to just register for direct entry. But as at this time I was working already, I don't even want to. I'm not even ready mentally to sit for any exam, to prepare for any exam. But then as God will have it, I'm supposed to register for direct entry. I paid, that's it, around the time when you buy form. This time around, you first register, UTME student will first register, and then direct entry will now register later. And at that time, the registration occurs simultaneously. What we're just going to differentiate you is the pin you are going to buy. So instead of the person that is selling the distance, instead of buying a direct entry pin for me, he bought a UTME pin. And because the pin has been bought, there's nothing I can do about it. I tried. I remember it was in Molete in Ibadan. I went to the JAMB office in Gate to go and try it, to go and see if it can be changed. I was told it cannot be changed. But I met one man, Mr. Tunji, who assured me that I should not worry, that the only thing I can do now is that I should go and write the exam. Okay, and when I write the exam, after writing the exam, even if I score 0 over 400, I will still be able to change to direct entry. Okay, so as at this time, there's one meet that we all have. So when I wrote my exam in 2016, there are some people that we did exams together who have written JAM before in 2015. And they score like 230. I have someone that scored like 230 or 240 or even 250. I have a lot of people that scored 220, 230, 250 in their first JAM. But for some reason, they were not given admission. But guess what? They wrote the exam in 2016 and they scored less than 200. So that's a very big meet. And I was like, no, it's not going to be my own portion. I throw it away. So that 2020, even though that was 4 years after my first exam, I was very confident, not confident now, don't let me work confident. I challenged myself that I must score more than what I scored before. I scored 210 before, so I said I'm going to score what? I must score more than 210. And as at this time, remember I studied computer science and mathematics. I've already decided that I want to study mathematics education in university. So I know. And for those of you that were part of the entire session, they ask you about your score. I'm still going to come to it. So I already know. Mathematics education in no university, even in private university, 250 is enough for me. 250 at most. 250, they will give me admission. Legally, like without any hassle, without any problem, I will get admission to study mathematics education in any university in this Nigeria. So I decided that I'm going to score at least 250 in JAM. This was 2020. Around that time, I just moved to Port Harcourt, a new city. Yes, I moved to Port Harcourt. I started teaching. But you'll be surprised, I was teaching the Shutiwi students at this time. I was teaching in the school. I will go to the school. This is a private school that you have to get to before 7 o'clock, 6:45, and then I will leave there around maybe 3 o'clock. And then when I leave, so I don't even have the money. I don't even have the time to go to the area. So the only thing I was doing is just solving past questions. Okay, and then after all, so after around that time that COVID-19 came up, I studied past question. I did a whole lot, and the exam, I went for the exam when the results came out, man, and I saw 290. I was surprised myself. I was surprised because I wasn't expecting it. But you see, in life, there are some results you get, even though you are not expecting it. But if you have done the right thing, you always get the result. So I sat down, and because I was someone that is, I'm already at this time. I'm reading a lot of books. I'm following a lot of people. I started following John. John was reading since 2018. So I already, already open to all these possibilities. So I sat down and asked myself, this result I achieved, it is not luck. There must have been something that I did. There must have been something that I did then that bring about this result. And I want to tell you that one of the law you must abide by if you want to succeed in life is law of cause and effect. That to every result there is a cause. There's something that makes something happen. Most things, most of the things that you happen in your life don't happen by accident. There are some of them that you cannot explain yourself. Okay, but most of the time, everything happens because of a reason. And it's going to help your life a lot if you can sit down and actually look for the reasons in those things. All right. So as I was saying, I sat down and I outlined the process. What process do I go through? I outlined it, and then in 2021, I decided that okay, there are a lot of students who are out there who have also having trouble with. I want to score this score in jam. I want to do that, and then they don't know how to go about it. What if I can share my story with them? What if I can like show them the things I've done that make me score 290, and I can share that with them? And guess what I did? I put all these things down and I turned it into a book. So part of my introduction the other time, you add that I'm the author of Set to Score. So the book itself was actually published. In fact, if you check Amazon, if you search for Set to Score and put my name in front of it, you're going to saw the this. It was published on Amazon in 2021 for students. We launched it in 2021. Some students reach out, like got it. But around that time, that was around the time I was processing admission into the university too. So I just like suspend everything. Okay, so the strategy, but then let me add this before I even go into my session proper, that won't take much of your time. Is that some principles generally are universal. So one thing I noticed was that those principles that I used then to score 290 were the thing also that I continued to use when I entered school for my degree program. So you can't be so don't be surprised when I get out, and fortunately for me, because it's fortunately you can't everything is not just by your power. There's a higher power, there's power of God, there's grace and favor, mercy and blessing of God on it. Because I can't tell you, Mr. Majid is one of my classmates. We studied together. I can be considered one of the good students and one of the best students in the school, but I can't say this is the best student. Olumo Ojino. I can be for Africa. Oh. Yeah, I know that. But when you say, this is the guy that worked hard the most, no, I'm not going to tell you that. But then, am I saying that to like bring down the value of hard work? No. But I just want to let you know that sometimes it's not just about how hard you work. Sometimes it's about how smart you also work. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. So a lot of the principles and even more that I've later learned are the things I that helped me to achieve the status of overall best graduating student, graduating with that record breaking whatever CGPA. All right, so let me quickly share some of the things you can do that have worked in my own life generally, and that worked in my own life personally, and that you can also do to actually achieve any score. That you see that 280 is just motivational. It's just for you to come and say, oh, yeah, I want to learn how to score 280 plus. But you see what I'm going to be sharing with you is something you can use to achieve any score you want to achieve, even if it's 200. Because I'm also of the opinion that you should not do beyond yourself. Sometimes you know what you want, so you don't. As Mr. Abdulaziz was trying to say the other time, that sometimes when you buy cars and do all those things, they are not. Sometimes they don't really matter most. sometimes it's not the score that you score that matter the most too. Okay, sometimes you can just focus on, okay, what I need is 200. I have a lot of things to put my time in. Let me just focus on getting 200. Why invest my time in other things that are going to be more valuable? Yes. So it's not a competition. It's not, hey, I score more than you in jam. No, someone can score more than you in jam and still not get admission, and you will get admission. Yes, it's very possible. So don't make it to be a competition thing. Now, so what are the process? Number one is start with why. So I asked yesterday, for those of you that are in the WhatsApp group, I asked yesterday, why are you writing UTME? Huh? Why are you writing UTME? So can you answer that question? Why are you writing UTME? So I'm writing UTME because I want to study medicine and surgery. I want to become a doctor. I want to do all those things. Because some of you, the reason why you want to write UTME is because everybody is going to school. I also want to go to school. I also want to enter UT. I want to enter the university. You need to have a very specific and clear goal, a clear reason why you even want to go and study in the first place. That's very important. Okay, if you have not have that, please go and sit down and discover it. The why is always there. As I told someone yesterday in the group, the reason is always there. If you can, you just need to find it. Okay. So the other thing is that decide what you want. And when I say decide what you want, that is what score do you want? What score? Now you see this score that you are. I mentioned here that you should decide the score that you want to achieve. It's very important for two reasons. And then there's also one thing you must do before you decide the score you want to achieve. So, for example, now when you answer the first question, why do you want to write UTME? What pops into your head is, I want to write UTME because I want to study medicine and surgery. So, the first thing you should do before you decide that score that you want to score is go and look what is the cutoff mark for medicine and surgery. A lot of you just pick score from the air, and because while it is actually good that you want to score a very big score, is that if those scores are not important for you to score, you will not do what it takes. You just be saying it with mouth. Hey, I want to score 380. Where I'm currently working, I have someone that I asked, what score did you want to score in German? They said 300 plus, good. But this is someone that does not seem like someone that wants to score 300 plus, because you will see it, you will know. Okay, so the first thing you should do is why do you want to score that score? For example, you want to study medicine and surgery, and you know the cutoff mark, average university in Nigeria for medicine will be 280 upward. So if you want to study medicine and surgery now, you already know I will choose I'll try to go for 300 because the cutoff mark is 280. Even 300 itself is small. Because if you're going for a university, a competitive university like let's say UI or UV, like another universities, and you want to study medicine and surgery, and then they can only take 100 students per year. You only take 100 students per year for medicine, and 200 people apply to study medicine and surgery, and 150 people score 300 already. Sorry, 150 people score over 300. You that you score exactly 300, you're already at risk because you don't know. Gamble, anybody will pick someone that scored 310 over someone that scored 300. Yes. So when we ask you to aim high, beyond even the cutoff mark, the aim of that is because we don't want you to just have the exact score, and then you now have someone that will score higher than you a bit, and then because of that, you'll not be able to get the admission you want to get. That's why it's always good that you extend your score high. And this thing I love from Lesbian, I always say, shoot for the moon. Even if you fall, you will land among the stars. So it's always very good to aim high. If you aim for 320, you don't score 320, at most you will fall to 300. But if you aim for 300, if you're going to fall, you're going to fall to 280 or 270. Do you know what means that you're already going out of range already for medicine and surgery? So the most important thing here is that whatever you want to score, make sure that it's not based on what other people want to score. Make sure this is not a matter of you want to make yourself proud alone. It's a matter of what do I need. So let's say the course you want to score now, the course you want to study need just 200. You can now decide, yes, I want to score 250. But this 250, I'm scoring it for myself. But make sure that before you decide the score, make sure that score has already taken care of your admission first. Before you take care of your ego or confidence or pride, whatever, or yes, whatever you want to do for yourself. Okay? And now the major reason why it's very important that you decide the score you want to score is because of how well you are going to work. You agree with me that someone I want to score 200 and someone I want to score 280, they will not do the same work. they won't read the same way. In fact, it will be very evident. There's someone that want to score 280, but the person is playing around. They are doing all sorts of things. You already know this one. You're just saying you want to score it. You do not really want to score it. That's why it's important that you decide the score you want to score. Because it's going to determine how hard and how much you will have to work to be able to achieve that score. Okay. Now, when you have decided that okay, you want to score, so let's use the example of 300 now. 300 is still the range of 280 plus. You want to score 300. Then the next thing you need to do is sit down and ask yourself, what is it going to take? You see, this is the most important thing. The next two things I'm going to talk about now is the most important thing most of UTME students don't talk about. These are things that when you go to that tutorial, you're not going to be taught. Nobody is going to tell you. Yeah, 5 minutes more. Okay, so let me run. Okay, so the first one is that most of us will stop at the idea of I want to score 300. No, you have to take it further. What must you take? No, I mentioned the law of cause and effect the last time. Every result you want to achieve have process. Like you want to cook jollof rice, there is a step, there are recipes, there are steps that you must follow to cook the jollof rice. The same way, any score you want to score, demand something from you, have some requirements. Maybe you're going to the way you're going to read, how much you're going to read, how much you're going to study to score that score. But most of us we stop at I want to score 300. So what I'm asking you to do is that after you're saying you want to score 300, you have to sit down and ask yourself, what must I do? I want you to put in the comments, whether you're on YouTube or Zoom, put it, what must I do to score, put your score there. What must I do to score 300? What must I do to score 280? What must I do to score 250? What must I do to score 350? Put it there. See, this question of what must I do, you're the only one that can answer it. You're the only one that knows, you're the only one that can answer it. So you must answer it yourself. Get a pen and paper and answer it in your book. What must I do to score 300? I will study past question. I will cover all my syllabus. I will study 10 years past question. Okay? So when you know what you must do, then you need to determine, you now need to design a plan of action. You need to design. So it's not even enough to say, this is what I must do. I must study 20 hours a day. I must read all my books. I must do all these things. All those things are generic. You have to go specific and actually outline the steps that you're going to take. What is that plan of action are you going to take to do what you have said you're going to do? So it can be, okay, you want to solve 40 past questions for all your 4 subjects. Okay, for all your 4 subjects, you might decide to do that. So you have to say, okay, I only have 30 days to read. So I'm going to do 2 past questions a day, 2 year past question a day. So that's a plan of action. So you need to design a plan of action that actually works for you. This is very, very important. Now, when you design a plan of action, this plan of action is going to take into consideration your time. Another thing that you must take into consideration when you are designing your plan of action is yourself. Who are you? So you must know yourself. Man, know yourself. My brother, my sister, know yourself. Some of you can only read in quiet environment. What are you doing there where everybody is making noise? Some of you can only read during the day. You're not playing with someone that can read from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So you must know yourself. Are you the type of person that read in the night? Are you the type of person that read during the day? Are you the type of person that read with people? Or do you love to just read alone? Are you the type of person that read with music? Are you the type of person that read when you see things that you have been talking about, that you understand well? When you are seeing the things that the teacher is teaching you, or you are seeing the visual representation, are you the one that read with audio? That everything we are talking about this morning is sinking in your head because you are hearing it. But assuming it is written now, you feel like you don't survive. You get some of you need to read. You read as you man. On that man, the journal. Man. See this time. This time is flying. Page 254. Man. So this is how this thing look like when you are talking. Sorry. So you need to know yourself, actually. So that's just it. You need to know yourself. And then the last thing I'm going to say is you need to work consistently and persistently. See, nobody promised you an easy journey. It's not going to be easy at all, unless nothing good, most of the time, nothing good come easy. You have to work hard for it. You have to work hard. You have to work smart. So if you are the type of person that nobody, something that promise you is easy, is doing that. No, when we call you here as UTME says accelerator, we want to accelerate your success, but we know it's going to be easy for you. You have to put in the work. Nobody's going to do the work for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to be ready. And it's going to be hard. And when it is hard, what are you going to do? You have to consider, remember, I said start with why. You have to remember, why do I start in the first place? There's this saying that they always say, though they don't always complete it for you, I will complete it for you today, is that when there is will, there is a way. Do you remember? When there is a will, there is a way. It's very true, but it's not complete because they don't tell you where the will comes from. The will comes from your why. So when there is a why, your why will create your will, and then your will create your way. So it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. There are a lot of times, even during that time, that I felt like giving up. Okay, I felt like giving up, but I have to remind myself, admission, I must get it. Because what was driving me then is that if by mistake I was not able to convert the jam to my direct entry, I must have something strong enough that will give me admission to study in any university I want to study in. All right. So work your work. Also, fly with eagles. Fly with eagles. You cannot want to fly with eagles. You cannot want to fly like eagle and be playing with turkeys. Huh? You cannot want to what? Fly like an eagle and be playing with turkeys. Like it's not together. It's not the same now. So your friends matters. Bird of the same feather flock together. If you run around with losers, you're going to become one. So your friends matters a lot. Okay. So I still have a lot to say. I still have a lot. I can stay here, depth actually, and speak for 2 hours continuously without stopping on this particular topic of coming down, bringing from my own different experience. But then I have to stop here. So yeah, my Mr. Moderator, Eshu, thank you so much. I know there's going to be an opportunity. I'm still going to come up here. I have something very fantastic for you if you are here. So please make sure you are still here. There's something amazing for you. Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul Latif. If I can still recollect, I can still remember some of our lecturer will call Sodiq Ogbon. Yes, and we have some people that do call him Natif, not Latif. They'll call him Natif. Thank you so much for this wonderful section.
I will come and arrest you.
So, thank you for this interactive section. We really appreciate, and thank you for bringing us together. Yeah, from what you have said, he said there's difference between working hard and working smart. Then he asked a general question for those who are doing UTME, what must I do to score 280 plus or 300 plus? Sometimes I even think of it like, how would you even score UTME in JAM and you come and study mathematics and education again? How? We expect you to be studying something related to medicine and surgery, or we should just assume from what Miss the first speaker have said, we should just assume that teaching is your career, or we should just assume that teaching is your career. Maybe that's the main reason why you came to study mathematics and education. Thank you so much for your time and for the interactive section. Yeah, let's quickly move on because of time. We've of time from the panelists, from the speakers, and thank you so much, all speakers, for giving us the wonderful section. Not to take much of our time, let's quickly have our book, our relaunching of book, which is the set to score. As Mr. Abdulatif have said, he scored 290 in JAM. How did he do it? Like, we should have that particular thing that we can discuss, where we can read it from, then how you yourself can know that how to set a score for your to determine and every other thing. So let me call on Mr. Abdulatif to read that book of set a score for your own self. So Mr. Abdulatif, can we have you with the book relaunch?
Wow, thank you so much. I'm so excited for this particular session. Okay, so this is so as I said, in 2020 to 2021, I sat down and I was like, and this is because naturally from a very small age, I am a natural teacher. I love teaching, but beyond that, I love helping people. So for me, let me share this about myself. You might have noticed, for many people that know me well, they know this about me very well. But then those brothers are just part is just crossing. So you also know that I'm very sure you're going to say it, and that's why we're having a program like this. Is that I was thinking about it recently, and what comes to my mind is that for someone like me, as Mr. Oliver, let me start from what Mr. Oliver said. Beyond success, be legendary. Is that for someone like me, I am not that type of person that just wants to succeed. When I'm succeeding, what I'm asking is, how will I help other people succeed? So when I achieve my score in 2020, I have to sit down and ask myself, how can I help other people achieve this same score? How can I help them to get the same result I've gotten? And that's what led to the launching of the book, Set to Score then. And you might be wondering, why Set to Score? Why Set to Score? So I'm this person that is very, very particular about goal setting. And so when you say set to score, it means that you set a particular goal and you score it. Okay? You set a particular goal for yourself and you score it. Okay? So then what I did then is that I put together the strategies, the things I follow, the things I've read in so many books and my personal experiences. I put it together in a step-by-step format. Okay? And put it together as a book and I make it accessible for students in 2021. But then admission, a lot of things, I just have to like pause that. But then since that 2021, I've always had that what was it called, that desire that I want to bring this book back. Because not just because of this is a book that this is my book and this all those things, but because this is something I believe that every student needs to have. Every student preparing for UTME should have as their guide, should have in Andy when they are preparing for their exam. And that's why we are bringing this back for you all. Okay, so if you are a student, you want to score 280 plus. If you check, let me zoom this in for you so you can see. So check the. So in fact, let me share the drive and show you what I want to show you. So because of this, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of the strategies I actually shared in this book, there are some of the most of them are what helped me to achieve my goal of emerging as the overall best graduate student of my school. But then this particular book, one thing I did with it, within right now as we are launching it, is that I did not change one thing there because most of the things I shared there, they are timeless principles. They are things that, in fact, it's not just UTME. Whatever exam you want to write exams in school. You have gotten admission. You want to write exam in school. This is the guide you want to have. Now let me show you the subtitle here. Okay, so this particular picture that you are seeing here, that is also the book cover that I was using. Then I decided not to design a new cover because I want you to see that this is the original form. This is the concept. It's not diluted at all. So check. I say how to score above 280 in JAM, even if you have been out of school for 5 years with just 1 month of preparation, because that was my own experience at that then.
It's because of July.
This thing is me. Okay, so that is it. So I'm so very excited now to bring this book back to you. I'm going to be the first set of people that are going to be getting access to this book after it was launched in 2021. Okay, while the book itself is something that we can easily sell for, we can put a price tag of 5,000 naira and say everybody pay for it because it's not just about this is just about the money you're going to pay. It's about the value you're going to get in the book. So we're making it affordable for everybody at just what 2,500. But because you are part of this session, because you are part of this, you register for this program, you are part of this program, you only need to pay just 1,500 naira. And that is the next 36 hours. Okay, which is by the end of Sunday, today is Saturday, by the end of tomorrow, Sunday by 11:59 p.m., the book is going to go back to what 2,500. So let me tell you, what are the things you're going to get access to when you get the book? Aside from getting access to the book itself, you're going to get added to a group to support an accountability group. We're going to be having weekly question and answer session with me. When I say with the author, I mean I myself. So all the questions you have, you're preparing for your exam, you have some challenges, you have some questions. Every week we'll meet every week. Be able to ask me all those questions. One other thing I'm going to do for you that is not even here is that I mentioned earlier that you have to design a plan of action. So you would design that plan of action, and then whenever we have our weekly session, you're going to share the plan of action with me, and I'm going to like give you all the suggestions how you're going to go about it, what you need to work on, what you need to improve on, and how you're going to achieve your score. Please note, this is not a tutorial group. I'm not teaching you mathematics, I'm not teaching you English. This is going to be like the extra that you need to add to all the tutorial you are attending, but it's going to not just make you work hard, but it's going to what make you work smart. Okay, so if you are a student who really, really wants to score 280 plus, you want to score any score in JAMB, this is a book you cannot afford to not get access to. Okay, so I have said it here, you have made it, you have discounted it for you at just 1,500. If that's something you want to get, it's not compulsory for you. Yes, the group is still going to be open, uh, and they are still going to be very active there. But if you really want to achieve success in the UTA this year, UTME, set to score is your best bet. Okay, your best bet is very, very necessary for you to get. So just see, this is the payment details here. Just pay the payment of just 1,500 to this particular account on OPay, and then the proof of payment to me. You're going to get the book instantly. And then when you get the book, you read it. In fact, I would suggest that you read the book immediately. And as you're reading the book, I would also like to ask for you to send review, okay, so that other people can know your feedback about the book. If there's anything we need to change, and if the book actually meets your expectation, okay. So that is it. All right. So if you are ready to get the book, just go to this, can screenshot this, and just uh, make the payment, send the proof of payment to this number, with my number, the number I've been interacting with you on WhatsApp, and then you're going to get added to the group. So yes, you'll be added to the group, and you're going to get access to the book immediately. The book will be sent to your mail. Okay, so you have access to it. You don't have to start looking for it on your phone, and then you'll be able to read it from there. All right. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that you have learned and you have gained so much value from this session. Over to you, sir, Mr. Majid.
All right, thank you very much for the book relaunch, and I hope all Jambites will be getting at least two copy each. I hope they can get two, Mr. Abdelatif. I hope each person can get.
Yes, they can get one for themselves and get one for their friend.
All right, so we can try as much as possible to get a copy with immediate effect, and read and ask unnecessary question. Then you also confirm if the book also meets up to your expectations. All right. Yes, what we should have now, we should be having our question and answer section. And I know most of our audience has a lot of questions to ask, a lot, starting from the first speaker, the second speaker, the third speaker, the fourth speaker, even up to the last speaker, which is Mr. Abdel Latif. So I don't know if they are going to be dropping their questions one after the other, or if we can just gather them, we answer them on the group chat. Okay, before we give a closer remark, I would love just add or say one or two things relating to what they've all said. So, talking about UTME, UTME is one of the exams that comes once in a year, not like that of the WAEC, where we have the WAEC GCE, the NECO GCE, and every other thing. So, which we all know that the exam only comes once in a year. So, once the exam comes, it only lasts for just 2 hours, whereby you have just 180 question in total, one 60-hour English, then other remaining 3 subjects are just 40-40, so which just lasts for 2 hours. Then after 2 hours, that is the end of that exam. So I want to use this opportunity to really appreciate all speakers and every one of us who really took their time to join this program. All right, let me quickly take my questions before we have other people drop their question. So we don't know if we can just answer them now. Okay, talking about Mr. AK Boy, we were talking about the UTME and everything like that, something related to that. We don't know, we have some students, probably, let's say for the science students, we have some students doing mathematics, physics, chemistry, and English. And we all know that physics has its own formula, mathematics has its own complicated issues. These formulas and every lot of things. So how would students be able to match the formulas and how to solve with a short period of time? So we don't know, maybe you can help us answer that question, Mr. AK Boy. Mr. Sulaiman Abdulakim. Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon. Solving questions like that, I would say you should solve questions that you know you are best in first. Like, for example, if you are,
Please, can you speak louder, please?
I said you should solve questions or subject that you are best in. If you are best in mathematics, solve mathematics first. If you are best in physics, solve physics first. If you are best in chemistry, solve chemistry first. So that will give you an edge of, okay, I know chemistry very well, or I know mathematics very well. Within a short period of time, you can be able to solve physics. Then the next one that you know that, okay, after mathematics, I know physics much more than chemistry. Do physics next. Then do the most difficult one last. That will give you an edge of, okay, that will give you an edge of how to manage your time during the course of solving. Thank you. I hope I'm clear enough.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. So Mr. Abdulhakim has given us the tips that we should know our weakness. So just go back, check yourself. Do you have more strength in mathematics, or if you have more strength in mathematics, physics? So you have to do the one that you have strength more. Come back to your weakness. Thank you so much, sir. So moving on to Miss Brown. Miss, I hope you'll be able to help us answer this question. I want you to help us answer this question. You said some things relating to careers. I want to ask this question in two forms. Do career come with a source of income, and can we assume that teaching, like a teacher, is it a career?
All right, thank you. Like I said, career isn't a job, and then a career is like the summary of your work journey, right? So definitely, whatever career path you have chosen must be bringing in income. Why? Because on that path, you're solving a problem. And when you are solving a problem, you're providing value. And when you're providing value, the next thing that comes with it is money. That's why I advise that you work in your genius zone. Because even if the problem you are solving does not seem lucrative to everybody else, because that's your genius zone, you can always come up with lucrative ideas. Like I mentioned about Adejuke Lasisi, she weaves waste. Weaving doesn't seem like something that is very profitable. It's not something loud. If I tell you that people make money off weaving, it will seem strange. But she doesn't just make money from weaving, she has gotten international recognitions, awards, and the rest from it, right? So it's not something that you give your time and energy to and then you be broke. No, remember in my slide I said a career can be both profitable and fulfilling. It all depends on how you position yourself. Is teaching a career? Yes, it is. It is. Now, like I said, it's a journey. It's not whatever job you are doing along that journey is just like if you are traveling from um, if you are traveling around the west to the south, you will pass different states. You must definitely get to Ore. Then from Ore, you enter Benin. So those jobs are just like those bus stops at every point in your journey. So along your journey, you move from being a classroom teacher to probably a principal, from a principal to an ed tech consultant, from an ed tech consultant to an ed tech entrepreneur. Those are just stops along your entire career journey, right? So, yes, just like Tunde Onokoya, he started off as a chess player, he became a chess trainer, and now he has an innovation hub. He has a foundation to his name, right? So when he started off, he wasn't collecting money from the children he was teaching how to play chess, if you remember. But he was solving a problem, the problem of um, education inequity. So there were children living in slums that were not going to school. What did he decide to do? He decided to use chess as a medium to present education to them, and then started a foundation that draws in funds to take care of those children. And now he recently did an advert for MTN, and it's not going to be for free, right? He's traveling abroad. He went to Harvard to deliver a speech. Those things don't come, empty-handed, right? And then the more he's traveling, the more exposure he's getting, the more people he's meeting. He studied computer science. We don't know what he's doing with that as well. So your career can be both profitable and fulfilling. And like I said, where you start from is not always the end point. So if you are starting off as a teacher, it doesn't mean that in the next 10, 20, 30 years, you are going to remain a teacher. As a teacher, what is your goal? What are you looking to achieve? As a teacher, are you picking up skills? Are you trying to raise funds for something bigger? Is it an opportunity to access further opportunities? So as a student, I'm in the university, I can be looking towards gaining. There are grants opportunities, there are scholarship opportunities, exchange programs that are only available if you are a university student. So, by virtue of being a university student, I know that okay, we shout that the educational system in Nigeria is bad, blah 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 blah. Nobody is coming to save you. So, as a student in the Nigerian educational system, what are you doing with that opportunity? Are you looking to finish up your undergraduate studies and then go abroad for masters? Are you looking to join international fellowships that are available to undergraduates and then grow your exposure from there, and then from there take up your professional journey? What exactly? That's why you must, like Mr. Abdulaziz said, you must be purposeful. You must have a focus. You can't be roaming around like everybody else. Johnny Bidi will say, your fight is different. You are in a third world country. You cannot afford to be doing uh, vibes and inshallah. Anyhow, let's see how it goes by God's grace. Mm-mm. Bible says that God will bless the works of your hands, and I'm sure that in the Quran there are um, other passages like that talks about how you have to be diligent. God has to see you doing something to be able to bless it. He does not bless laziness and empty-handedness. So you have to be working. We have to come to the point where being a Nigerian is not a curse. It's hard, but it does not have to be the reason why you will not succeed. Mr. Abdulaziz hammered on the fact that we have God-given potentials. So as a Nigerian student, there's a lot that you can do. Take your time, sit down, ask yourself questions, take those personality tests. Ask yourself, what do I really want to do? It's fine to come online and become a content creator and dance and collect money from Facebook, Instagram. I don't believe in that kind of life. And then you die and then you have gone. I don't believe, I believe that when you die, people should remember your name for years. People have done it. I never saw Mandela, but there's no way you talk about leadership and not mention Mandela. There's no way you talk about humanity and charity and not mention Mother Teresa. Right? So that for me, that's the kind of life I envision. When even when I'm gone, I still live in the minds of people. I have created an impact in my field that when they start teaching other people, you just have to mention my name, right? So even as a teacher, as a student, what are your focus? What is your goal? What are you driving at? So that at every point in your journey, you know that if I stop at this junction, I will take keke from here to here. Then from this junction, I will take bike to my destination. That's what I. So I'm a teacher now. What are the steps I need to take going forward to meeting this goal that I have? So that's just it. You can build a career as a teacher, but you have to have your goal. What's your focus? What problem are you solving? And then you tweak whatever position you are in, right, to suit that purpose. Even if they give you a wrong course, because your goal is not tied to a particular cause, your goal is a problem you want to solve. Even in that department, you're already thinking that I'm in this school environment. How can I maximize my presence in this school environment, in this current department, to see that I'm able to solve that problem? That thinking will bet collaboration with the people that are in the department that probably do not know what they have and the opportunity they are exposed to. So if we come with a problem-solving mindset, there is nothing that we cannot do. There's no situation we cannot maximize. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. All right, quickly, Laziz Isa. I want him to help us to do two things. I just want him to help us conclude on something, and he can also help us give the closing remark. Mr. Abdulaziz Isa, what would be your own suggestion on, people do say that if you are preparing for an exam, most especially the UTME coming soon, that students should not be sleeping for 8 hours again. Like they should take the time, like the time they should sleep should be less, and the time they should read should be more than the time they sleeps. So what's your own take on that? And within 5 minutes, give us the closing remarks, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. Mr. Abdulatif Adedeji has said it before that knowing yourself. So if you know yourself that you read during the day and you understand better, do most of your readings during the day. If you read at night and you do it better, maybe the work you even do or some other, because beyond what is easy for you, there are different situations. We know during the day, that is when you read better, but your family condition does not allow you to read during the day. You get the point? Maybe you are the one even fending for the family, and the work you are doing is not the kind of work you can be reading beside one side when you are working. So that kind of situation, you have to be flexible. Just know your situation, be realistic. Even if you don't find reading at night easy, when you are in a situation that during the day you have to fend for the family and you still have to go to university to have a good score, meaning you, Mr. Abdulaziz say, when there is why, there is will. When there is will, there is will. You see that why, waiting why go cause for this world. What why will cause? So it is the why, basically. The why it will not allow you to sleep. It will not allow you to sleep. Stand up. You need to make 350. Yes, I need 260. But 250 you have to make, because this is where you want to write your name in the Hall of Fame. So you see, so the why, basically, you get the point. So know yourself, know your reality, be realistic about it. If you know, actually, there's nobody who can read and be successful. But if your reality cannot read and make 300 again, if your reality cannot read and make 300 again, find a lower version of a course that goes along with your vision. It's just coming back to why and realistic. Have your why, strong why, and be realistic about it. So I think that would be a wrap up. Thank you so much. They are going to learn a lot from the resources. In fact, they cannot consume those resources. If you start consuming it now, you can't finish it in 12 hours. And those resources will be leading to another. In fact, anyone who takes that resources, open it, oh my God, is going to see the place of Mr. Adedeji to inside. So they are going to be blessed. Absolutely. And I encourage them to get the Set to Score book. The Set to Score book. I really wish I can sponsor anybody. I've been going through the chat to see who has been following since and is still here. I would have said I should just sponsor 2 or 3 persons, but I'm sorry, I couldn't get any. I've gone through this place and the YouTube. Please, I encourage you all to get the Set to Score. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you so very much, sir. We really appreciate all you do, sir. Yeah, back to Mr. Abdulatif Adedeji. I want you to help me do two things. I want you to help me answer this question because somebody sent the question to me directly, because I don't know if the person is shy to ask the question. The person said that if I'm unable to score like probably my intention is to study medicine and surgery, and from what you've said, that we should have nothing less than 300 or 280 above 290, like that. If I'm unable to do that particular score, if I'm unable to do that particular course, like what other plans or I should just go to school with any course I'm given? And once you are done with that, I appreciate all speakers and help us give a closing prayer.
Okay, so actually, this question, there's no really like one side answer, like one way answer to it. It all comes down to you. But then there are, as you have said, you have two options. Either you go for the course that you have been given, or you wait for one more year and then you try again. So what I can just say is that what should drive those decisions? What should drive that decision? What's going to determine whether you wait or not? It's check yourself, check your why. This medicine and surgery that you want to achieve in the first place. Why do you want to achieve? Why do you want to study it? So, for example, now you want to study medicine and surgery, but for some reason you not score up to the score. So let's say you go ahead to process admission. Maybe you score 270. So number one is that uh check universities. So the fact that one university's cutoff mark is 280 and above does not mean that all universities is 280 and above. Might have some universities that can actually take medicine and surgery for that particular score that you have. So make sure you do more research. Don't just give up. So let's say you have now processed your post TME, but you're not giving admission, you are giving admission uh to another course. First thing is check, is that course even closer to medicine and surgery at all? So there's I, I'm not really sure, but I know there are some people that will be giving up let's say physiology, anatomy, you know, courses that are also in some way close to medicine and surgery. And then when you're giving a course like that, there for some schools, I don't know if it's for all school, there's also that option of converting, maybe in 100 level, after 100 level, if you meet some particular standard, you can be able to like convert to that medicine and surgery for some school. Okay, so someone said me it's not possible. So that's it. So it's a matter of checking your options. So for example, now let's say this is your first jump now, and you have tried it and feel like I don't want to do anything other than becoming a doctor. We have already checked your career path, you have checked all your options. I feel like I can only do medicine and surgery. Then I'm going to advise try again. And there are some people who will actually enter the university and then the next year they will write another jam, and then if you now get admission, they will now go for medicine and surgery. That's also an option. But excuse me. But based on where we are currently, and the school fee and every other thing, I know that's going to be a very expensive route. Okay, so it's just a matter of check the finance. Also check time too. How old are you? That's very important too. How old are you? What is age on your side? Do you really have age on your side? I remember when I did my second job in 2020. At that time, I know that I don't really have much of age on my side. So when I was planning for my admission, this time around, cost is not the problem. It is the university. I don't have much of this particular university is what I want to go. I know a lot of students have that too. Is UI or nothing? Is Unilory or nothing? Is Unilag or nothing? For me, based on the time I have, based on my age, I don't really have much of that options already. I don't have much of uh option in that particular area. So you also need to check that for you. Which of this is going to be the best course of action? So this is not just something you just decide on a whim. Check with your sponsors to your mom and dad. Let them know this is what I think is best for me. What do they think? So if you now decided that, okay, you want to wait behind at home and prepare for another jam where you're going to score higher, then I'm going to strongly advise make sure you use those times that you're going to be at home for something very, very important, for something valuable. And it's not just you read every day. Can use those time to acquire skills. Can even use that time to maybe volunteer in an hospital if possible. Okay, volunteer in an hospital and just work with them and just see how this thing. Use that to also get into the environment. Okay, use it to do something that is going to be related to that thing that you want to study. Okay, but then there is no right or wrong. Everything is just about you. For some people, they only want to study. The reason why they want to study medicine and surgery before is because their daddy or their mommy say, no, 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 must by must, you must study medicine and surgery. Or maybe the course you're later giving is something that you can later adapt to. You can still like develop some kind of passion for or develop love for. You can still go ahead with it. But we check this and you feel like, okay, so this is this also is also based on your own personal circumstances. Okay, so if the person now, if you have my number, you can maybe, I know it has not happened, it's just, what's it called? Just speculation, it's just probability, just possibility. Okay, so when it happens, I'm very sure you will know based on your option, based on your resources, based on what you have, you'll be able to know the best course of action. And then if you are still connected, you can send me a message and we'll check. Because it's very hard to just give solution to for someone to just give solution to a problem that you don't even know. You don't even know the person is having the problem. So if we are still probably connected by then, which I think we should, we can now talk about it and now check your options based on what is currently available to you. Okay, so I want to use this opportunity to thank everybody, to thank our speakers. Thank you. This is 3.5 hours already. Man, thank you so much for staying true to this. And thank you so much for everything you have shared with us. Thank you so much for sharing selflessly from your years of experience. Really appreciate. We don't take it for granted. For all these things that have been here so far, I know this is very long. Maybe this actually be the longest session you have ever been part of before. Okay, so thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. We don't take it for granted. To our Amir Brother engaging moderator, thank you so much, Mr. Majid, for doing this. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we can't wait to see you all at the top. And just to remind you, what's it called? Set to score is available to you. The graphics itself, the slide is going to be sent to the WhatsApp group, so you get access to it there. Okay, so if you are ready to get access to it, we still have time from now to the end of tomorrow to take advantage of the discounts. Thank you so much, and I wish everybody a fantastic year ahead.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Abdulatif. Okay, if anybody still have any question, you can easily drop it on the WhatsApp group. So all question is going to be answered. Thank you very much. Okay, let me just, since we have a opening prayer, definitely we should have a closing prayer. I don't know if Mr. Abdulhakim Sulaiman can help us with the closing prayer so we can call it a day. Mr. Abdulhakim Sulaiman, are you still there? I'm not sure he's there. So, okay, let me quickly go to our father, Mr. Abdulaziz Issa. Please, can you just give us a closing prayer so we can call it today for today, sir?
Our Father, our boy, our boy. All right. All praise and adoration be to Allah, the Lord of the world, the beneficent, the merciful, the King of the day of judgment. Guide us to the right path, the path of those whom you have shown your favor, and not the path of those who earn your anger and go astray. Amen.
Mr. Majid, are you there?
I'm here. I'm
Okay,
here.
he's done already.
All right. We can call it a day.
All right, thank you so much, everybody. We see in the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much. Mr. Abdulaziz has sent the resources. The Mr. Abdulhakim's slide also will be sent to you. Or just make sure you are in the group. You stay there. All the resources, we're still going to be engaging with everyone there. There's still a lot of things we're going to talk about there. Okay, thank you so much, and have a fantastic day ahead, everybody. Thank you, and thank you so very much.